What's up, Scooby Gang? Welcome back to your number one film podcast in the world, where we break down the movies we love, movies we hate, and movies we love to hate. Today, we're diving into the mysteries of ghosts, spooky islands, and hydrocolonic adventures. To unpack this tale of the Mystery Gang, I've called upon my favorite allies, Chloe Frank Connolly and Emily Elterington. Made by one of our favorite family-friendly directors, Raja Gosnell and Warner Brothers. All the way from 2002, Scooby-Doo.
Sydney
Could
Sweeney.
be really. Oh, but isn't she kind of weird?
She did the American Jeans ad.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that, but I don't actually know what it was.
She did an ad for American Eagle that was Sydney Sweeney has good jeans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
And then they did like the J,
No, I got it.
but they crossed it out and wrote like the other
Genetic
jeans.
genes?
No,
They
crossed
wrote
out.
genetic genes and then they crossed
Crossed
out and
it
wrote
out,
blue
yeah.
genes. That's real gross.
Yep.
We don't do that.
Mhm.
That's gross. Why would American Eagle think that's okay? American Outfitter?
I think it's American Eagle.
Yeah, it is American Eagle.
Why would they do that?
Because that's what people, the white supremacists, that's what they want, and it actually increased their sales.
Yeah,
People are dumb.
Yeah, it increased their sales.
it's a crazy world we live in.
It is a crazy
Yeah.
world we live in.
I used to do that joke a lot when I used to fundraise. Like, look at somebody and be like, oh, because we used to have to like age verify. And if they're below 25, we can't sign them up, blah, blah. So to be like, oh, let me guess, you're like 23. And they'll be like, no, 27. I'm like, oh my
Oh.
God.
That's a good one. That's a
You
good
must
one to
have
get
good
people
genes.
in. Yeah.
And then I was like pointing with my jeans and they'd like not get it and be like, shit.
It would have taken me a second if somebody on the street said that to me randomly, but then I'd be like, oh, I get it. Okay.
And then they would get it like a little bit later and I would be like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Success.
Success. At the liquor store one day, they saw my ID and they said, "Oh yeah, keep doing what you're doing." And I was like,
That's a weird reaction.
I'm 25. How old do you think I am? I don't know where to take this comment.
Keep doing. Whatever you're doing is working.
Whatever we
If
doing,
you're doing it's working. So drinking a lot, clearly.
Hell yeah.
obviously.
Smoking and drinking.
Smoking and drinking.
All
That's
the
the way to
way.
do it.
I think that is like the cure to aging.
Every time I hear about people who live, what do they call it? Centurions? People who live to 100. They're always like, just do what you want. Drink wine. Drink a lot of wine. And I'm like, okay. I can do
Olive
that.
oil. Do you see people are doing shots of olive oil now?
Oh, God. That's going to fuck up your bowels. Can we swear on your podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
sorry.
I
Yeah,
just
you can
realized
swear, say anything.
my earrings are jangly. Are they going to like pick up on here?
No, not really.
Okay. Because I can take them off.
We literally have like music blasting. So
That's. I was
yeah.
also like, I wasn't sure. Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
no,
good.
It's totally fine.
But yeah, olive oil. Do you remember when Starbucks did that thing where they put olive oil in coffee for a little while?
You don't poop your pants.
Literally, they didn't warn people, which people should have gotten this. Coffee's a diuretic, and then you put olive oil in it, which is gonna go right through you. And then people were having these because they were so good the way they made them. They had like 3 a day, so they were just having like, just everything was coming out.
That
without
sounds
control.
lovely.
Yeah, they had to stop making it like 2 weeks after they started because so many people were like shitting themselves in public.
As they should.
Everybody who drinks coffee drinks so they can shit.
As somebody who doesn't drink coffee, is that true? Do you
It
drink
doesn't
coffee?
cause me to shit. But I
Well,
also just have
different
problems.
shittings.
I've had coffee when I've been like, okay, I want to go take a shit. Okay, let's get a French vanilla.
I didn't know that caffeine was a diuretic until I started drinking green tea, but I also didn't know that green tea was caffeinated. I thought it was herbal tea.
Yeah, I think green tea is like the healthiest thing.
Well, that's good. But yeah, no, I started drinking tea every morning when I was waking up for the first year of master's. And I was like, why do I have to shit all the time? And like, I can't sleep. And I was like, what's going on? And then it was because I was drinking 2 cups of green tea a day, which was not normal for me. And then I was just shitting so much.
And it has a higher caffeine content
No,
than black tea.
no, it's 0.25% of black tea.
Mm.
No, it's 0.25% of a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
What is black tea?
I think green tea is more than black tea.
I thought black tea was more. I thought it was
I
like
don't know.
0.5% or 0.5 of a cup of coffee.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Did you prepare that in your notes?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
then I
'cause
removed
they drink
it.
a lot of tea.
Like, I want to cut.
We can't talk about this.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Redacted.
It's too close to home.
Fair.
Oh my goodness.
I've not had a lot of tea in my life.
What?
It's not my favorite. I
so
only started drinking it
tasty.
regularly last year because I immediately got addicted. Like, I didn't drink caffeine my whole life. Started drinking green tea without knowing it was caffeinated. Learned it was caffeinated because I was shitting so much. And then I was like, oh, I can't drink this anymore. And then I was like craving it every morning. And I was like, well, this is insane. It's fully a drug. And
It's
people
so
are just fine
tasty.
with it.
I love tea.
The drugs that
Love
people
tea.
are okay
I
with.
like chamomile, and I like peppermint tea, and black tea, and chai tea.
Do you not
So
find that
tasty.
some tea, specifically chamomile tea, tastes like bad oat water?
No, it's
Not even bad.
flowers.
It's like bad wheat water, but it doesn't taste like flowers. To
It
me.
does.
Okay, maybe I just have weird taste buds.
Well, it could also be if you drink stale tea, then it's gonna taste like bad oats.
Oh, I also do over stew my tea.
Yeah. Well,
Steep.
most herbal teas you can't super over steep. It's just green tea and black tea that are easy to over steep.
I over steep green tea, so it tastes like seaweed. It's kind of fun.
Wow. What do you mean by over steep?
When you
Leave
put
it in.
too hot water in,
Mm-hmm.
or you leave it in for too long, the caffeine gets like burned almost, and then it has this weird flavor. But like, I've taught myself to like it because I don't give a fuck. Look, I'm not gonna put that much effort into drinking tea. It's ridiculous.
But most herbal teas you can't really over steep. So I just leave my herbal tea
guess I
bags
just
in the whole time I'm
don't
drinking
like
them.
herbal tea.
But if you have stale herbal tea, that's when it's gonna taste oaty.
Maybe that's what I had. I had a lot of like wheat grass flavored chamomile tea, and I was like, I do not enjoy this.
Interesting. Yeah, I always add honey to chamomile because then it makes it taste sweeter.
That's true.
Because on its own it's good, but honey usually enhances the floralness of it.
I think we should have a tea party, Sparsh.
I think we should. I
that'd
think
be
it's
so
about
fun.
time.
We can get like one of those little picnic baskets with
Yes.
the tiny teacups, and we can make little tea for each other, and then we'll just spend the day in the bathroom
Why?
because it's a diuretic.
Or
Nice.
we beat
Or
the
that's
game.
the first burst of the
diapers.
podcast. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or you
Or
wear
we
a
just do it
diaper.
in the bathroom.
I prefer not to shit while talking with you guys. Personally,
So we get porta potties.
I talk through the walls. I just don't want to like actively be sitting in a diaper. Oh
No.
no! Even with the wink, I don't think so.
Just a little bit.
Just a little dodge.
Yeah, you know like those little toilets they give for toddlers to train them how to
Yes.
go on a toilet. We'll just get 3 of those,
Mm.
and then we'll sit on those and drink tea.
Will they fit us? We're
sure
quite
we could
larger than toddlers. Well, some of us are.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could find some.
Or
But-
get one of those camping toilet seats.
Yes.
That's like a chair, then it comes with the bag on it.
Exactly.
I like those. I've never used one actually.
And it's like, we're just camping over here, nothing to see.
We're just
Nothing to see.
look away. We're drinking our tea. Casual
casualty.
tea.
Well,
There's a casualty here.
you guys should do your own podcast now on TV.
I think we've talked about how we have deranged conversations, especially when we get really high. And they're like, we should record these.
100%.
And then I think if we actually did, it would just mostly be us
Incoherent.
making weird noises and then giggling every once in a while. Actually, most of the thing would just be giggling and incoherent noises.
I feel like that's art on its own. Yeah.
Well,
Maybe it works.
there was a thing.
A thing. A thong.
Well, this is where all of our quotations on our walls come from. Is incoherent conversations.
That's true.
Like,
We've
give
got the
me-
great one from you. That wasn't incoherent, though. Get banging. No, go to the gym. Get banging. Marry rich.
His 3-step plan for success.
Yeah.
And you don't need to work out at the gym. You just need to go.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And you said to find a chicken there.
What?
You said get the chicken in the gym.
I said that?
You did. That's why you wrote it there.
No, I said get a butt.
No, I misread what you wrote, so it looks like it just says butt chicken.
Butt chicken.
I love a good butt chicken. That's true. I think I had just gotten a Costco chicken when you wrote that on the wall, and I was like, Jim's and chickens. I don't remember.
Who's Jim?
Who the fuck is Jeff?
Who the fuck is Jeff?
I know he's born
Sparsh?
on a Tuesday.
Really? He must be related to me.
Yep.
I think
Yeah,
so. That's
I
why
think
you
so.
look so much like him.
Like a chicken or like Jim?
Jim Chicken.
Jim chicken. Chicken Jim.
Would you
Chicken
take
Jim.
chicken to a gym?
Yeah.
I would take chicken to a gym.
You could eat it on the treadmill.
Oh, I was thinking of a live chicken.
Me too. Just like,
You could
I
eat it on the
stand by my
treadmill.
statement.
I bet. Oh, this is so creepy.
can you cook it in?
That's what I was gonna say. I would bet you could do all of the necessary chicken prep work,
Yeah.
including the slaughter, with gym equipment.
Oh, definitely.
That's so creepy. You
Oh,
could
wha-
just kill it and cook a chicken. Well, you can't really cook the chicken.
Or
But
what
you
if
can do
you
everything
just
else.
take him to the
You
gym,
could
get it
just
really
set a
jacked,
fire.
Get the chicken really jacked.
and then
They're
you
the reason
kill
that
him.
the steroids are necessary. We got to give the steroids to
Mhm.
them, right? And then they'll
It's
go to the gym.
steroids.
Yeah, because they give chicken steroids.
Yeah,
And that's so they can go to the gym and get buff.
it is.
So we have to
I-
take them to the gym.
Yeah, yeah. Get them working on their squats.
Chicken squat.
They've got strong thighs.
Chickens do have
thighs.
strong thighs.
So if you wanna strengthen the thighs, you got to get your chicken doing squats.
Squats, yep. New PRs
That'll
every
strengthen
day.
your thighs.
Yeah, that'll strengthen your thighs if you eat strong-thighed chicken.
Whoa.
I feel like we should eat chicken after this.
Yeah.
Is it chicken time?
I don't think we have chicken.
Hey, Mr. Chicken Deliverer.
Is there a Costco near here? We could get a chicken.
There is a
There's
Costco
one right
near.
below Sparsh.
We could fucking get a chicken
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah. There's a whole.
They're only
yeah,
like
there's-
$8.
They're so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
a whole ass rotisserie.
And it's already cooked.
It's fully
Right.
cooked.
Yeah.
It's just chicken in a bag. One of my favorite
Chicken in a bag.
comedy
Chicken in
bits
a bag.
from a guy named Steve Rezaninsky, who I don't think is doing comedy anymore. I'm not sure. This is from back when I was in high school. Is a 10-minute long bit about how he was really drunk one day after bombing a set, and he demands that his girlfriend take him to like a grocery store so he can buy chicken in a bag. But then while he's in the grocery store, she gets like held up at gunpoint, and then he comes out and just starts beating the guy up with the chicken in the bag. It's very
That is pretty hilarious.
I don't actually think I told it correctly, but if we look up the thing, it's very good, and I think you guys would enjoy it. There's definitely some sort of altercation in which Steve Rezaninsky is very drunkenly eating chicken and, like, what's the word? Pestering, but, like, aggravating. He's aggravating somebody who's very dangerous.
Aggravated assault with a chicken.
A salty chicken.
A
Whoa.
salty chicken.
Ooh.
Rotisserie chickens are tasty. They just have too many bits and bobs on them.
But the bits and bobs are the best part. Make you feel like a man.
I find like cleaning out the meat from the bones is tedious.
It is.
Yeah. Armandus used to do this random thing where he would just like cook a full chicken.
Dude,
I
that's
remember
the first
that.
time I ever met him.
Yeah.
It was at
It
your
was
house
at a
party. There was
party.
like 60 people there,
Yeah.
and he's just cooking a chicken in your kitchen.
and potatoes. And
I
just
didn't
left
know
it.
that he lived there.
Yeah.
I thought he was just a random friend of yours who brought a chicken to your house and cooked it. And I was like, yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah.
I think that would be acceptable.
Will you do that next house party?
Hell yeah.
Can
we
you come
gotta
over
do
to our house and just cook a chicken?
Just cook a
Cook
chicken.
full chicken.
I was debating whether I should bake
Mhm.
bread at the next house party. So if we make chicken and bread, it will get devoured by drunk
chicken.
Hell yeah.
so quickly.
Bread and
But we can
chicken.
like take it and hide and eat.
Yeah.
Eat the chicken and the bread. And,
Keep all the good parts for us.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move the couches a little bit away from the wall so you can sit behind the couch and eat the chicken.
I was just gonna hide under the table.
I like that, but can you imagine you show up to a house party and there's just like the hosts just crouched in the corner behind the couch, just like shoving chicken in their mouth?
They were like, we know how drunk people get. We didn't want them to eat our chicken.
Exactly. That sounds like the
our
cult
chicken.
party that we threw.
It is.
That would be the cult party we throw again.
We're going to have a BYOC party.
Bring your own chicken.
It's bring your own anything. I like that though. Please bring your own chicken.
Take it. Oh my god! Imagine drinking out of a chicken.
Oh.
I don't like that, Sparsh.
Yeah. You don't
Okay,
necessarily have to drink.
but-
you can
or
put a
you
container
empty
I
in
mean,
the
you
chicken.
can put a container in.
bones.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you drink out of his bones like shot glasses.
Jesus Christ.
That got really dark really quick.
It's a dead chicken. We're
plan-
talking rotisserie.
My plan was fully to just turn the chicken into a bong. I think that would be more fun.
There's a YouTube dude, a YouTube person.
You
who
were
does
telling me about that.
Yeah.
I've never. I don't know. Maybe it's disrespectful to the chicken. Oh, what was that?
Emily's like, I've done it, and it's not.
Oh, it's not.
He
okay.
liked it.
The chicken liked it.
Yeah.
I met a trans chicken the other day
What?
Whoa.
That's so interesting.
at the Southlands Heritage Farm. They have
Is that the one that does the pumpkin thing?
so I took the residents there, and they have a chicken there, and the chicken's one ovary died off, and after that happens, they just stop. They stop producing like any female hormones, so it's fully a fucking rooster now.
Wait, that can happen?
Yeah.
But don't chickens have two ovaries?
Yeah, and one of them died off.
So it has one ovary and now one testy.
I don't know what happened.
So I'm very
Just the
curious
amount
about
of
this chicken.
the because I think the testosterone's already in the system. So then when there's no more estrogen being produced, it's only the testosterone that's being produced. I think. Don't quote me on this.
Would it be a trans chicken or an intersex chicken?
I don't know, but it used to be a lady chicken, and it's not a lady chicken anymore.
Does
It's
it
a
have a
man
comb?
chicken.
Does it have spurs?
It had a thing.
I'm so fucking scared of rooster spurs. They're like this long.
I can't remember what it had, but I just remember because I saw the chicken and I went, the chicken. And then I continued walking through, and then I was talking with one of the guys who works there, and he was like, yeah, did you meet our chicken? It used to be a female chicken. It's not a female chicken anymore.
Whoa.
So it's very
That's
interesting.
really cool. My brother works on a sort of farm, and there was a cow there that was a female cow, but she was born with testicles, I think, as well as like female cow bits. I don't really know what like an udder. I don't know. Male cows don't have that. And
Is
She,
udder
like-
the flabby thing on the neck?
no, it's the milk thing. That was weird to say.
Milk
the milk
thing.
thing. But so she had both like a testicles and an udder, and they called her a she, but she acted more like a bull than most of the other cows they had. And so
Intersex
it
cow.
was very interesting, yeah. And they said it had to do with the chemicals in her body.
Interesting. Intersex.
Yeah. That was how my brother and I first talked about me being non-binary.
Hell yeah.
We were talking about a cow instead.
Yes, yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
you know what, brother?
Would you love a cow the same? If it
Yeah, I
was
was like,
not
so
the
the way you
same?
think about that cow, you can think about me. And I was like, maybe not.
It's like the would you still love me if I was a worm?
I love cows more than some people.
Is that a threat?
Yeah? No.
I think cows are sometimes better.
I think so.
Yeah, cows are better than people.
I will say I haven't really met many worms that are better than people. I do agree
So
with
you
that.
date a cow but not a worm? Theoretically.
God, the gymnastics of how we got here. Dating and loving is different. I would not date a worm. If I'd loved a partner and they became a worm, I would still love the worm. I probably wouldn't date the worm, but I wouldn't stop loving the worm. But I would date a cow.
Nice.
Moo moo.
Yeah. All it is moo.
It's all in the moo.
I learned a word today.
Moo?
Sort of. It's related.
Okay.
What word?
I learned that barrow is the word for a castrated male cow.
Barrel?
Lovely.
Barrow. Barrow.
Huh.
And weather is the word for a castrated goat, which I think is just hilarious, and I don't know why.
Whether or not.
How are you reading about these castrated animals?
It was for my etymology course that I'm TAing. My professor was talking about how there's a difference in how we talk about animals, like farm animals, where like we can say like, oh, there's a goat, sheep, cow, but then in other times we say like bovine, ovine, what's a goat? Capper, because that's like the Old English and then the Latin influence, and how they're on different sides of the language. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention clearly. I had it on like 2 times speed. It was just like, cool, weather, learned a new word, barrow. They also castrate chickens, apparently, like male chickens, which, why would you do that to a rooster? But also roosters are mean, so I get it. It just seems unpleasant.
I guess it's like neutering.
Yeah, it is. It just seems...
No more chickens from you, sir.
Yeah, no more chickens from you.
My friend's dog, only one of his balls dropped. So they have to get the other one surgically removed.
Oh. Is that going to be fun for the dog?
It's happening in November. That's all I know.
Okay.
It's a part of the neutering surgery. It's just going to be more extensive, I guess.
I imagine it's painful for dog.
Probably.
Yeah. I hope we'll be knocked out.
I think so.
I don't really know how they
I
do
don't
that.
imagine they would do that, especially with dogs, because you can't
control
him.
They can bite.
Interesting.
Yep. Now you know.
Singular ball drop. It's like a New Year's Eve party. Because the ball drops. But it's just one.
Happy ball dropping.
They should really throw a New Year's Eve party like that.
A ball drop?
No, but like in November for the dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will tell her.
It's one ball dogs invited.
One ball dog.
It's my favorite kind.
Yeah, I've run into this issue like multiple times where things have died.
Ah.
Like, yeah, so we had this like early on when our cameras died and our mics died, and we were just
fair.
talking and talking.
And you didn't know,
and
yeah.
talking.
Oh, no.
I
And-
see green lights on yours.
Mhm.
Is there a green light on this one?
Yeah,
Yeah. I can't
So-
tell what the camera is though.
yeah, that's my sign. So that's why I
it makes
checked the
sense with
cameras.
the charger too.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's just check, because now it's just like more about like being insecure if it's on or not.
I can see you in this.
Hi.
Oh my god, it's sparkle. What a great
bar strapped
you can
to the
kind
screen.
of see the mountains behind you. A little, well, there's clouds, but you know.
See that building?
You can see the hills.
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, let's do 4:35, because I didn't know it was raining, because I was just like kind of half asleep,
That's fair.
and this is, I think, our 3rd episode. We've just changed the arrangement.
Oh, what did it used to be?
I used like Ollie used to sit here and I used to sit there.
Cute.
And then we were like, okay, we're gonna get a 3rd person. So then I had Armandus over one day, and I used him as like my model of like, okay, sit here, I want to see if this works and this works. And then we came with this arrangement that we
I
have
like
right
this one.
now.
It's very
Circular.
circly. Yes,
Yeah,
circularly.
It's very circular.
very circular.
Circules.
I was gonna
my
say a
favorite
triangle,
Greek hero.
but
You know, triangle is actually much more accurate. You're correct.
Yeah. Yeah, this
It
is a
is.
triangle. That's what a 3-pointed shape usually.
But there's other factors
There's-
that
yeah.
aren't living that we were taking into account.
They're dead.
Well, they're tech, so they kind of are living. A little scared.
Oh my god. This
I
is
like this
unacceptable.
setup though. Wait, so this is you did this setup with Armandus and Ollie before?
just Armandus.
Oh, okay.
We didn't shoot, but it was just like, okay, let's try and see what everything looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Ollie came back, we did our first episode, and then we set it up this way for the first time.
Nice.
But because we had changed the arrangement, I had made the mistake of not plugging everything to power.
Oh
And
no.
Then we changed the arrangement, and then everything died again. And I was like,
no. So then did you have to like refilm and re-record all of that conversations?
no. So it died after like an hour, I think.
Okay,
of
so you
us
had like still
talking.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Is this one okay? He's not plugged into anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is also okay. Like, they're both 100% charged. But the first time we did was like 40% charged, and didn't really think of it.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's
fair.
gonna die. And then it was like just weird. Like, okay, this whole gap of information is just not there.
It's gone.
And then we didn't even. I was like, no, we're not gonna like sit down, spend
And
another
redo
hour
it
and
again,
redo
yeah.
it. It's like, okay, cool.
It was lost to the
Yeah.
archives.
Yeah, I just.
It's the dark ages.
Yeah. Then I would just like do like a still screen in the recording and just be like, sorry guys, we fucked up. blah blah.
And you could animate yourselves, do stick figure drawings of people talking.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
I think that'd
That's pretty
be
funny.
super effective.
That would be a lot of work, though.
Yeah.
Well, Nat could do it. She's an animator, right?
Yeah. Nat could do it.
Or I can just have like just a stick figure. I don't have to have the mouth moving really.
No, just
Exactly.
a figure.
Just a stick figure.
3
An
figures.
occasional flailing.
Maybe the head spins around like, woo.
But could you tell if there's nothing on the head?
You'd need some hair.
That's true. You need something, some marker.
Some marker. Like maybe he's the avatar and he's got the triangle on his head.
And the triangle is just.
The triangle spinning. Exorcism style.
Oh.
Have you guys seen the Avatar? The show? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking love the show.
It's so good.
I love it too much. I watch it all the time.
I think I've
How can you love it too
seen
much?
it like I've seen 2 seasons.
Do you remember? Was it like the first 2 seasons?
Weren't you watching it with Ramin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa! I forgot about Ramin.
So I started watching it with Ramin, and
I
then
remember that. That was during 4th year COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then things happened. Right?
Yeah,
and
things
then I
happened.
just never went and like did the watched and
Wait, so
finished
you
the
never
show.
finished the
I-
final season where he
Oh
learns
my
to firebend
God.
and like
Yeah.
the whole show comes together in the most beautiful, fabulous way?
I have
So
not
we're
seen
gonna
that.
watch
Bars.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
when
course.
after the podcast, we're watching all of it.
Yeah,
All of it.
it's
Tonight.
It's a binge.
so good.
Yeah.
I do think the 3rd season is the best season. Like,
I
it
can
has
imagine.
some of
It
the
looked
best
really good.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was really not happy with how the live action was.
Oh, the live action
Have you done
TV
that as,
show
a,
or the
as, a,
movie?
as an episode?
No, but I'm really excited to
TV show or movie.
the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's
the
a
TV
great
show is also not
drinking
great.
movie. Like
No.
if you are like, this is a comedy, like Twilight. How Twilight's a comedy. Then it's a great movie, but otherwise it's terrible.
They're making Toph more feminine in the TV show.
Bitch, the whole point of Toph is that she's a badass motherfucking
Yeah.
girl.
They made the actress who plays her made like this really weird tweet, and it was like, so they're just making Toph a girly girl now.
That's not what the show's about. The
Yeah.
show's about you can be who you are, and that's perfect. You're not supposed to be any form of gender conforming or any form of conforming anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Aang is fucking fruity as hell. He's adorable. I love him.
Fruity as hell.
He is. He's
Yes.
vegetarian.
Vegetarian. All vegetarians are gay.
Yeah,
This
and
just
fruity.
dropped.
Wow.
I mean, that is what a lot of people believe.
So being not eating meat makes you gay.
Yeah, because eating meat is manly.
Only straight people eat meat.
Yeah.
Only men eat meat. Only
Only-
straight cis men.
Yeah, no one else. Everyone else is gay.
But don't gay people also eat meat?
Some of them do.
Depends on the meat.
Yeah.
As a gay person, I do actually engage in meat eating.
In
Yeah.
meat.
In meeting.
I do engage in meeting as well.
Is it about the meat?
It is. It's never about the ing. I don't give a fuck about the ing.
Who is Ing?
Ing.
But yes, you should finish the TV show.
We should
and-
finish it together.
Yeah, I agree. And then you should do the movie for your podcast because the movie was terrible.
Yeah, the movie was so bad. I remember
so
watching
bad.
it as a really small, not really small child. I was like, knew what I was watching. And I was kind of, what do you call it? Like, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like fun. But as I grew older and actually saw like, oh, good movies with good storylines and good character plots, so like, this is
Yeah.
not real.
I watched it right when it came out, and I hadn't watched the TV show because I watched the TV show like first year university. And so I watched it right when it came out, and I remember renting the DVD from Blockbuster and bringing it home and watching it on my little cube TV.
I still have one of those.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I love those.
And I was having a sleepover that night, so me and my friend were lying in my room watching it on the little tiny screen.
Aww.
Yes.
And it was terrible? Or did you enjoy it at the time?
I enjoyed it at the time.
That's good.
I enjoyed it at the time. And then I watched the TV show and I was like,
It's so much better.
oh my god.
Yeah. It blows my mind, like, when they do live action stuff, you have kind of like story and characters that people already obviously love,
Literally, and you fuck it up.
and you fuck it up
You
by doing
stab
weird
it in the toe and do
things.
weird shit.
Yeah, just give it the same. Like that's what happened. I felt like with Last of Us as well. When the show came, the first season was the same as the game was. They didn't really. They kept the animation.
So the whole story and narrative
Yeah,
was
it's like exactly the same. Maybe like a few things changed, but none of the major like sequences of how the game goes changed. But in the second one, the writers wanted to like play ball and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna try something creative." And
Did
then
it work?
No, it
Oh no.
like by the end, I think Pedro Pascal dies somewhere, and it's supposed to be this like big iconic death, and then literally after he died, the show ratings by the end dropped by like 70%.
Wow.
Yeah, people were just like, we're not happy. They made Ellie, who's supposed to be this like badass character who goes on a killing rampage to get revenge. They made her like this confused and just yeah.
You can't change too much. Like if you're gonna redo something that's been done, you can't change it too much, but you have to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so confused why they're doing the new How to Train Your Dragon. Like, did they change anything? Then what is they're just trying to make money.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. It's a fucking con.
But I think it was good because there's so many movies that like the main complaint that people have is why did you make this a live action and then change everything? Whereas this one, I don't know. I don't think the complaint about it should be why didn't you change anything?
No, I'm
because
not.
It was
complaining
really
about that. I'm complaining.
was
Why
really
did you
good.
make it?
to make a live action version. I don't know. But they literally did not change anything. I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah.
good.
I saw the trailer of it. I haven't seen it. I think I saw it on Amazon. While
Yeah,
was
I think it just
watching,
dropped.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
No,
We
they,
were watching
they,
Scooby-Doo on Amazon too.
they
Nice.
stuck to the exact same plot thing. But another one I was thinking of was the Percy Jackson TV show.
Leanna was in that, wasn't she?
I think so.
I haven't seen it.
Well, they haven't released the second season yet.
Oh, it's taken them a while. Didn't it come out like years ago? The first season?
I don't know. Like a year ago?
Isn't it older than that?
I think a year
yeah.
ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
I
for
remember
some
watching
reason.
the first episode at your house.
We did
Yep.
do that. Was that only a year ago though? I thought it was like a year and a half ago.
Maybe longer.
I can't remember.
And that was already when it had already come out. Because I remember we watched it, and I
Yeah.
never watched the last episode, so I still don't actually know what happens. But I
Yeah.
remember it being a while ago. But Leanna is in the second season. That's true. I think she's only in one scene.
I don't know. Let me see.
Emily's getting a phone call.
Biz.
Rude. Yeah, I totally forgot about that show. I liked watching the first episode of Last of Us with you.
Yeah, that was
That was
fun.
fun,
That was
yeah.
a good opening to the show.
Yeah.
I was pretty hyped.
I kind of periodically think about it. It comes back in my brain. I'm like, should I start that? And I'm like, I should, but it also looks really heavy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I can handle that right now.
There's some gore into it
Oh,
and some
yeah.
really nice.
I don't love zombie gore myself, personally.
It's one of the few zombie mediums. So like, because I think zombies is overdone.
Yeah, they are.
And I think they do a really good job of kind of having like a different variety of zombies instead of just like, okay, these are like zombies and they'll run after you.
Interesting.
They're fun and fruity.
My mom
They are very
thinks that the
fruity.
reason that zombies are overdone is like a cultural trope in our day and age is because we all have this inherent fear that we're becoming zombies by watching screens so much.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I can see that, but also I don't know if people are that internally intuitive. No, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Like, I don't know. I think it's very subconscious if that is what's happening, which it probably is. But I
Yeah.
don't think people are like recognizing that that's what it is at all.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, we do say we're brainless when we watch our screens, so maybe people know. I don't know.
Yeah. I think people don't want to agree. I think that's
Yeah,
I'm not a zombie.
I would never do that.
I'm consciously watching.
I'm like a full human.
yeah, full you, 100%.
But it did make me think. I was like, okay, so like before screens, I'm sure there was a lot of like interest in zombies, of course, but like before screens and like there was this cultural interest in zombies as like this massive thing. What was the big scary monster?
Godzilla.
True.
Right?
And like, where
Godzilla's
was
a big
that
one.
fear coming from? Was that like a fear of foreign government takeover?
S-
I mean, it's not government though. It's
Well,
foreign
no,
natural disaster.
No, it's not natural disaster. It's the opposite of Superman. So nuclear creation made Superman, so made a hero in North America.
Oh, Godzilla's a nuclear thing? Oh, I
And
didn't know.
so in Japan, nuclear made a villain.
Oh,
Because
that makes sense.
when
Because
they're
they had the opposite,
I mean, yeah, of course. They
opposite experience of nuclear power. So for North America, nuclear power is, oh, yes, the might, the power, the hero that saves us. Whereas Japan, it's like this thing that wiped out 2 fucking towns. Like,
You know that FDR actually didn't want to drop the bomb ever, and it was only when Eisenhower became president that they were like, "Oh, we can do this now." Like FDR fully was like, "We're never gonna drop this
That's
bomb on people."
horrifying.
There's a letter that I read in 6th grade because I was in this weird debate where I had to be like arguing for or against dropping the bomb.
Yeah.
Clearly, I was against it, and I remember finding this letter and being like, "Why do people not know about this? Like, people love FDR," and he was like, "No, we can never drop this on anybody," because he knew what it was gonna do. Well, he didn't know, but like he could
Bam.
guess. It was
So
pretty,
that's-
pretty obvious to guess what was going to happen.
but yeah, so that kind of
That
like
makes sense.
culturally created different perceptions. So like,
Yeah.
Superman and like Spider-Man and like,
And that was like
various
big during the Cold War. Like there was the fear of nuclear threat. That makes sense. And Godzilla.
Yep, so that's
cool.
where Godzilla came from.
That's the folk tales that people be like, oh, no man-made thing can cause so much destruction. So they would tell kids being like, some monster came and destroyed everything.
Yeah, humans would never do that.
Humans are so
crazy.
nice. Yeah.
Humans are the
They're
ones who
always
save the
nice.
day.
Ah.
Yeah, history is pretty insane. I have never been like a big fan, but my mom used to be like a history teacher.
Oh, cool.
And
That's fun.
She really liked, because my mom's side, kind of everybody was in the army as well.
Oh.
And yeah, me and mom, like I think just before I moved, I had like 6 months off, and all we did was like watch war movies and
That's
like
pretty fun, actually.
watch like World War II.
Do you have a favorite like World War II movie?
Different movies for different things.
Of
There's
course,
this one movie called The Great Escape.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
that's
nice.
a good movie.
There's this German perspective called Das Boot.
I've seen that one too. That one's hard to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really old.
Yeah, I remember watching it and being like, oh my god.
Yeah, my dad keeps
No,
suggest-
wait, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was thinking of a different movie. There's a German movie about Hitler's last days, and it's fucked up. Like it's really interesting and very well done, but it was really intense. I think it's called Deliverance or something. I don't know, but sorry, you were talking.
Yeah, and there's this really nice one with what's his name? I have it. Not Tom Hardy. Tom Cruise.
Tom
Sorry.
Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is in one?
It's called Valkyrie.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's like a nice,
do you know what
slow
happens?
pace.
Okay, so there was this like was it 42, 43?
Something like that.
In 42 or 43, there was an attempt to assassinate Hitler that almost worked. And basically what happened is they had this meeting where one of the high-ranking Nazi officials was going to go in there with a bomb in his briefcase into the meeting and leave it next to Hitler. And it was going to be in this underground bunker. So it was going to be totally sealed off. Everybody was going to die. But that's okay because it's a bunch of high-ranking Nazis. And he knew that was going to happen, but he was also going to step out for a phone call. Like he didn't want to die. I get it, but also if you're trying to kill Hitler, you gotta make some choices.
there.
You gotta make some choices.
Gotta be there for the killing.
What happened though is because it was so hot this summer day that they moved the meeting to a different place. So it wasn't in the underground bunker. It was now in like a place with windows, which, the blast will escape and not kill everybody. And he's like, okay, we can adjust. I'll just put my briefcase right next to Hitler under the table. But then somebody kicked it and they moved it to the other side of the table leg. And so when it and then he went out for his phone call and he didn't notice that they'd done this. And then it blew up and he thought that he'd killed them and he hadn't. And I think they hushed it up. They didn't tell any of the German public that this happened because they were so scared that, because they all saw Hitler as the father. But yeah, it's a really interesting movie and Tom Cruise is in it and it's really good.
Nice.
It's got a great soundtrack too.
That's something I've enjoyed more about movies recently is like the score and the music they have in it, because it really changes the whole experience.
Yeah.
It really does.
I think so. can change the mood. I always find it really interesting when they like cut all music and sound out of a scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It gets intense.
yeah.
Or like when you can hear somebody breathing over like the narration, and then it's like, oh my god.
But sometimes you get movies that just have like really like off-putting music.
True.
too.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I watched this movie, also another live action based out on this book called what was it? The Darkest Minds.
Ooh.
It was, I think, the third or fourth episode we did, and the book is really good because a lot of people went and saw the movie, but the movie itself just feels really like it's not even like low quality, it's just not done well. Like you'll have moments where you'll have narration, but it's not narration from any of the characters. It's just a random,
Just some dude.
not even, yeah, just like a robotic voice
Oh,
kind of doing
weird.
narration, and you're like, I don't like this. Why don't you just have one of these people?
Yeah, like somebody you have a connection with. That's so
Mhm.
odd.
Yeah, so it was like really strange.
Darkest Minds.
Darkest Minds.
I guess I won't watch
Interesting.
it then.
Yeah.
No.
Probably not. I did see on the credits of Welcome to Whoop Whoop yesterday that it's based on a book. So I
Yeah.
think I need to read this book.
I think
sounds deranged.
The only possible solution
I think so.
is a horrifying movie.
It was really good. I don't know what Emily's talking about.
It was horrifying.
Like I'm getting like two pieces of
Really
information
good.
here.
I think you'd really like
It's-
it though.
Yeah.
Really strange.
Nice.
Everything that is, it's kind of unpredictable in every single way. Like each new scene, you're like, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Dog Day.
There
There's
is a dog day. There's also Garbage Day.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good.
Dog Day is pretty fun.
I don't think you're
Not for the
expecting it
dog.
to mean
Not for the dog.
Not for the dog.
it's not fun for the dog.
Not in this
Yeah.
movie.
Is it like gorish or
No.
no?
There's violence, but there's not really any internal bits.
Okay. No insides or outside.
No insides or outsides.
No
that we
insides or
see.
outside that I can think of. There is death,
There is death.
and there is
Sex.
there's like
So much sex.
there's a lot of sex.
Ew.
Just in like the first 5
The
minutes.
first 5, I did warn everybody. I was like, okay, after the first 10 minutes, there's about 5 minutes of just sex, and
Is it
everybody's
good?
like, no, it's not. It's really not.
Comparing
it's
it
funny.
to the room.
It's
like-
pretty funny.
Okay.
Oh, compared to The Room, it's amazing sex.
Okay. Yeah. That's usually my benchmark always.
Oh
That's
my
fair.
god.
I love how in The Room they have 2 scenes where Tommy Wiseau and whatever his wife's name is, have sex, but because I'm pretty sure in her contract she's like, I'm not having sex with him twice. They just reuse footage from the first sex scene in the
Aw.
second one, and it's so funny.
Oh no.
Or maybe they just couldn't afford to film the second scene, but
Or he added it in after the
maybe he's like, I really want to show them having sex.
obviously.
I did
The
not.
crazy
hit her.
guy.
I
The
did
crazy
not.
guy. I did not.
Did not.
I did not hit her.
Yeah, I remember going and watching that in the theater.
You did?
Yeah, we went. I think it was like first year here. And
Did
then
you and Emily go? Or?
me, Emily, Mitch,
Oh.
Catherine,
Catherine,
Yeah.
Beck.
We used to do movie nights
There's
too.
Joanna
Joanna.
and a couple other people. It was a big group of us. Ryan. This was
Ryan. Mitchell's Ryan?
Yeah.
and this
How's he doing?
he
Did you
was
talk to
like,
him?
let me show you guys how to put butter on your popcorn correctly.
Oh God.
And he takes the popcorn, and we're like, okay. And he puts the straw
Yep.
in, but stabs it all the way to the bottom, and then he's just like pressing it, so that all of the butter is just on the bottom of the bag. So we had like 40 napkins on our laps and the butter was like leaking through them still, and we were like,
So his plan makes sense if you execute it properly.
Yeah.
If you put the straw in and then you pull the bag down so that the butter actually gets dispersed. Gorgeous.
He put
Beautiful.
so much on the
we love
bottom.
it. That sounds so gross. Because then the top has no butter either.
yeah. And then there was
Or it's
like
just way too much.
our hands were so like covered in butter at the end. It was like, huh.
Was that a real?
No, we went to
The Room?
It was in.
Well, because we went to see Disaster Artist, so we watched The Room first.
I do love Disaster Artist.
We watched The Room in our lounge 1st
Mhm.
and then went to Disaster Artist.
Okay, because I
after.
was gonna say, who the fuck was showing the
Yevi
room?
was there, and Chris
Christopher
and
and there's one more,
Jason.
and then there's two
what's his
girls.
name?
Jason is the
Jason
name.
was there,
yeah.
and then Joanna and
Was Jason that guy that we met for one summer who Beck hung out with a lot?
no,
Who was that?
different
That was
guy.
maybe Evie.
No.
No.
It was an annoying guy. Do you remember who I'm talking about?
Different guy. This was one of Mitch's high school friends.
Oh, okay. Okay, I never met any of them.
You met Yevi.
Yeah, I met Yevi, but we didn't meet. He didn't talk to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. who
Oh,
else
it
there.
was. There's also the
But we-
other Emily.
Oh
that
yeah,
Mitch was
Emily White.
seeing.
Yeah,
What was her last name?
White.
Oh, okay. I thought it might be Emily Van Ryn.
Emily was the most popular name of our year at UBC. So
That does not surprise me.
no, they announced that at the pep rally, and I remember being like, "Yep, that makes sense."
That makes sense.
Every single fucking class, there was at least one other Emily.
Haha. I never met a single other Chloe or a single other Sparsh at UBC.
Yeah.
We're pretty cool.
Welcome to having the most popular name in North America in 1998, 1999, 2000, and 2003.
My cousin is named Emily.
Yeah.
Even now, like, are people? I'm guessing they're still doing the same rituals to decide baby names.
Probably.
I use a lot of chicken bones when I decide my baby's name.
Throw them on the floor and see what letters they spell.
People did used to do that. They would like what's the peel an apple with like one to try to make it all into one strand, and then they'd throw the peel over their shoulder, and whatever letter it was, they were like, "That's the letter of your future partner." So strange.
Dave.
Yeah. If it were a D.
I also like this theme that these like random movies have, like Scooby-Doo did, where they always come with like a core message,
That was my thesis.
right? That
Wait, what? Sorry, I missed that.
Remember the thesis I was coming up with?
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you meant like your thesis in school.
Yeah, it was with
What?
Scooby-Doo,
What
obviously.
are you talking about?
But yes. Sorry, Sparsh, continue.
Sorry.
oh yeah, it was just like all these like movies. They always come with like a really core principle, and they revolve around this like running theme, and they pick up things like that are like family oriented, or like this one had like, oh, friends don't quit,
Yeah.
right? And I think it's always really nice to have a movie which doesn't have like necessarily a message that is like forced down your throat. Like, oh no, you gotta believe this way or think this way, but it's just like, you know, you just gotta be chill and cool and respect
Yeah.
your friends, and you'll have your friends who'll go and have their own issues. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Velma was like, okay, I need to like learn more about myself, and Fred needed to be less controlling, right?
Yeah.
And then it turns out in the end, and he's like, okay, Velmster, you got this.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was because I thought that was interesting too, because like at the very beginning you see them break up from each other, and then like the reasons all of them kind of gave for breaking up, like Fred was like, I did this, I came up with this plan, and was very much like a leader in the way that there was no one else on his team, it was just an I, never a we. And then like Velma was like the one solving shit, but she never got credit for it, so she was always like bummed about that. And then Daphne was like always the victim, and like never
Given a chance to be anything else.
never given a chance to be anything else. And then with Shaggy and Scooby, I feel like they don't have their moment until later in the movie when they have that big argument, but then they resolve it because they're like, yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, we stick together. We're friends. We're family. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if they're mad, they're still gonna go save each other.
Because even when the gang splits in the beginning, they're the ones who like, we won't quit. We'll stick together.
Yeah. But yeah, so then like later in the movie, like, yeah, you see that theme kind of like reversed on its head, where it's like, okay, yes, like when it's Fred and Velma who are the ones who are kidnapped kind of first by the body snatchers, and it's like, okay, you see like Daphne and Shaggy and Scooby kind of like actually stepping into action, and like Daphne being like, yeah, I can figure this out.
Yeah.
And like Shaggy and Scooby being like, yeah, we're just as valuable a part of this team. And then like I think it makes Velma and Fred realize like, oh yeah,
we need help.
We need help. We're not the
Mhm.
only ones doing this. Like, it is a team effort. And like, yeah, Daphne realizing, yeah, I can kick ass and I can be cool. Like Fred realizing, yeah, we are a we, not an I. And Velma being like, oh yeah, like I can let other people also help solve things and like be kick ass and cool. And then yeah. But I had a whole thesis going last night.
Yeah.
I wrote it all down too, and I'm kicking myself for not bringing it.
Yeah. Because I think it's the director who's made this. His name is like Rajna Gosnell.
Mm-hmm.
Raja Gosnell.
Mm.
And he's done like the Smurf movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. He used to do like he started his career like I was reading on him like as an editor for movies, and then he started doing like directing on his own, and he did like Home Alone 3.
Shit, I have not seen that.
Yeah, so he's like all about like all these like crazy family oriented
Mm-hmm.
messaging into the movie, and then uses this like over exaggerated comedy
Mm-hmm.
as his goal. What really surprised me, the writers for this Scooby-Doo movie, James Gunn,
Yes, I saw that.
That's right. Yeah, we did see that.
which was so mind-blowing that
I was so yeah.
it was his first big movie with like an actual studio.
Oh
Wow.
damn.
Yeah, and that is because he was working somewhere else, and but they weren't really. They would just like make some like not so great and just like dark movie kind of like short films, and then Warner Brothers got him to like write for this one, and they also had the writer for the guy who wrote the Flintstones working on this one.
Interesting.
And what's crazy is because Superman came out this year, and that's when I actually started watching like a lot of James Gunn interviews, and he talks a lot about how he used to do like a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was like young, and he would smoke a lot of weed, do some cocaine, and that's what comes out as in like in Shaggy.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's so many weed jokes with Shaggy. It's amazing.
And the movie actually started out to be like originally was written to be like an R-rated film.
This movie?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah.
Because of swearing or because of
wanna see
weed?
that.
Because that was just the tone. So the original tone of the movie they wanted to do was not like a family oriented. They wanted to make
Whoa.
like a full on parody with like dark humor.
Oh,
and-
that would have been great
and
too.
creeped
I
out.
want to see that.
Oh my gosh.
The moment I heard that, I was like, "Holy shit!" And that was like James Gunn's version of this movie, and he was like, "We didn't want to have like this like family drama. We just wanted to have like crazy, chaotic scenes."
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, so how quickly or how soon into the process of making the script and like starting to do the movie did they change that?
Quite a bit into it. So they had like, and this is kind of why I initially started like doing the podcast, because it's like really cool when you find out information and like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times when I used to go and watch movies, I didn't really like, okay, I watch a movie, it's good or bad. But then when Sahil started working in film, and it's like, okay, there's so many people involved, and sometimes it's like some guy has an ego and he'll be like, no, I hate this,
Yeah.
you gotta get rid of this guy, get somebody else in.
Yeah.
So kind of what happened there too. So they had the story where they were gonna do like, instead of a family drama, make it chaotic.
Yeah.
They did focus groups for it where they had like people come and watch it.
Yeah.
The parents were the one who didn't like it.
Of course.
Yeah, and so they had to kind of remove all those plots, rewrite,
Oh my gosh.
and then make this into like I don't know if you guys noticed, like the movie like it fails to like pick one side of like what it is. Like there's no like there's one story which is like, okay, they were together, they went their separate ways, and now they're back together solving this mystery. But there's no specific tone in the movie. Like it's not a thriller or a suspense,
Yeah.
right? It just like even the jokes, like some places were just like, okay, you're going with one type of jokes, and then you're
Yeah.
going
The
to like
jokes
family
were
jokes.
kind of odd, yeah. I remember, like, I loved the fart burp off, but that was very randomly, like, oh, that's, like, very childish
Yeah.
humor, and there's
Yeah.
not really a lot of other humor quite that childish in it.
Yeah.
And then you had like that Daphne scene when she's on the train and she's like, I'm not helpless. Oh, I'm helpless. I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like very strange.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was very all over the place and stuff. But I feel like that brings like an odd quirkiness to it that kind of has made it. I don't know. I think it's a little cult classic-y.
Because the reviews weren't good. Like, do you guys want to guess what the Rotten Tomato score were?
I don't know.
3.5 out of 5.
3.5.
Is Rotten Tomatoes out of 5?
Is 5 out of
I
10.
thought it was out of percentage.
It's percentage out of 100.
I mean, I would give it
So it's like critics and audience.
73.
73 for
That's what I would give it.
Critic or audience?
Audience.
audience.
Yeah, I would
I
say
have no template for this.
I'd say audience like 65 and critic like 45.
The audience went for 40%.
What? Rude asses. They were wrong.
I know. And then the critics went for 32%.
That movie's so much better than that.
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was very strange to see because this movie has become like a cult classic. Like people still like quote it. It's like everybody who thinks about like Scooby-Doo always brings this one up,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, I mean, we were talking about which
iconic,
movie to
yeah.
watch, and we were like, okay, Halloween. Okay, let's
That's
watch
the first
something
movie we
spooky.
said.
Scooby-Doo.
Well, that and Silence of the Lambs.
Scooby-Doo. Well,
Very similar movies.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they have the same theme.
Exact same theme.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Oh, man. Definitely.
Definitely. On that note about like tone and stuff of it, have you ever seen the interview of like oh my god, what's Daphne's actor?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she's like, yeah, like it's a movie with such a great message behind it. Like it's all about like family and solving a mystery together and like reuniting. She's like, and it's such a powerful, like empowering message behind the whole movie. And then it switches to the clip cuts and it goes to Freddie Prinze Jr. talking, and he goes, "It's about a talking fucking dog."
Yeah. I think I've seen the
It is
clip.
about a talking fucking
It's like
dog.
there's a talking
though.
fucking dog, a fucking talking dog.
There's a fucking talking dog in it, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's about the dog.
But yeah, and I think that's very funny.
It's funny.
They both were dating while this was
Yeah.
being
They got
shot.
married right after.
Yeah.
They
I
got
think
married.
that's so cute.
We were looking it up as we were watching, and
Because they
They-
met somewhere else, right? Or did they meet
yeah,
on
they met during a different show, but then they got together in '99, and then this came out in 2002, and they got married September of 2002.
Wow.
So cute.
Yeah, because they were both like, I think, teen like stars, and everybody was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Was it She's All That they met in, or was she already?
Is she in She's All That?
I think so. She's in like a scene. She's not a full character.
I didn't know that. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Because he's in it. And then. No, they met somewhere else, I think, though. I don't know. Because I think she cameoed in She's All That specifically because of him.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe. Because they. Yeah. I don't know. But we looked it up. It's very cute. They're still together.
That's a nice couple. Even though the chemistry doesn't really come as good on screen, like
But I
in the
think that
movie.
makes it feel more authentic, like their actual relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I did not guess, like, oh, they would actually be a couple, but the director wanted to use an actual couple to play the role.
Oh.
And I was shocked because that scene when he kisses her in the end, I was like, this is unnecessary. You have not brought up any piece of information that kind of like helps you get to that point. Like, oh, there's any tension or love angle between these two.
Well, in the first.
I feel like there was like a little bit, but it was quite subtle.
Is it? Oh, okay, maybe I'm thinking of the second movie now. Because there's a scene where they're sitting in the mystery machine, which I'm realizing they don't in this movie, and he's driving and he has his arm around her.
Yeah,
and
it's the
she's sitting in
second
it.
one.
And this is the second one. Yeah. Spoilers.
This might be not subtle. What's the opposite of subtle? Obtuse.
Brunt.
Blunt. But when they switch bodies,
Yes.
he's very clearly interested in what she looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's just because she's a girl.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's because it's Daphne.
And every time he looks at her, like if you look at his eyes in all of the scenes where he's looking at her, he looks obsessed with her.
And it's probably because they're dating.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're on a team and they're madly in love. But I think they're a polycule, so they're all dating.
Whoa.
Is my theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about the Velma and Daphne kiss?
In the
In
movie?
the animated ones?
In this movie.
No.
No.
So they actually shot a scene when, the souls get swapped.
Yeah.
They had the moment Fred is in Daphne's body, her and Velma make out.
Oh, because Velma's Daphne.
No, Fred is Daphne. Because Velma...
Fred is in Daphne.
Yeah.
Daphne is in Velma.
No.
Who's in Velma?
Velma is in Velma.
Why is Velma making out with Fred?
Yay.
Huh?
Why is Velma making out with Fred in Daphne's body? I mean, it's fine that it's Daphne, but why is she
Yeah.
making out with Fred?
Well,
Polycule.
because she doesn't know till that point. She just makes out with Daphne. So Daphne just comes basically and kisses
What?
Velma. And they filmed this scene, but they removed it for some reason.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, and so-
Release the film.
I know, right?
I want to see the one that they showed all the focus groups from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, apparently,
Yeah.
if they made enough of it to show a focus group,
Right.
that footage is somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I believe they're in a polycule. Like, that wasn't weird. Daphne and Velma
Yeah.
making out. Fred and Daphne making out. Fred and Velma.
Right.
And yet, Shaggy's
Shaggy?
nowhere in this picture.
Yeah.
He could be.
Shaggy and
I
Scooby.
do think Shaggy's a little bit asexual.
Yeah.
Like, he was into Ilsa Fisher's character, but, like, who isn't?
Have you there's like a text post that I think of where it's like, yeah, I had 3 roommates that I was living with for the longest time. For 5 or so years, and I just found out all 3 of them have been dating each other.
I did see that.
So that is Shaggy.
That is
Yeah,
Shaggy.
I don't just feel like Shaggy.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. Like, he's stoned, he's got his pup, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care about other people.
Yeah, because like the 3 of them, they sit in the front seat together. Look how cozy they are in
Yeah,
that
that's
picture.
weird. That is quite weird that they're always sitting in
They're very
in the
cozy.
seat together like that.
And Scooby in the back.
Scooby in the back, and
But I do kind of on this note and on your thesis point earlier, like you say, like it's about family, but I think also it's primarily about communication because like if they would listen to each other or like talk to each other,
Yep.
even all of this would have been sorted.
Yeah.
But on that note, maybe that's why we don't know that they're a polycule because they're not communicating very clearly in any regard.
exactly.
So the audience is also left clueless.
Yeah. Exactly.
Makes sense.
Right?
I
Maybe
think so.
secretly they're sending each other goodbye, I love you.
That's true. Maybe.
What we're not seeing, what they don't show us on camera.
See the Mystery Gang's text thread.
Yeah.
I think that would be really interesting. The memes that Shaggy sends are probably like just don't make sense.
He's like really baked out of his mind and he's like
just,
sending.
"What?" He's actually like solving all the conspiracy theories in the
Do you
world.
think Scooby's in the text thread?
Scooby is the text thread?
Yeah, he's definitely the profile picture.
No, I don't know. He's got to be the profile picture.
Yes.
Scooby's just their AI man.
And like we were talking about this as well, that canonically Shaggy can run like 50 kilometers an hour because he can keep pace with Scooby. And Great Danes can run like 50 kilometers an hour or something, and he runs faster than Scooby sometimes.
He's a track star.
He's a runner, he's a track star.
Yeah. I mean, I'd always thought of him as like, because in the version that I watched originally, he was kind of wealthy. Or like the version I watched originally as an adult, he was kind of wealthy. And I was like, oh, he's the wealthy guy.
Shaggy?
But maybe yeah, Shaggy. Maybe he gets his money from being a professional athlete.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Or also having a talking dog that solves mysteries. I assume they get paid by the
I
people
don't
who
know.
hire them.
Probably.
And Nichols.
True, in Nichols. Rowan Atkinson's character.
Oh
Can we
my
talk
God.
about
Oh,
that?
he's so
He's
good.
so good. I
So
always
good.
forget he's in the movie. And then he pops out of that suit wearing a dark turquoise crocodile skin blazer.
Yeah.
Iconic.
And then he hits that lady too in the beginning, like when he's inside the machine thing, and he
hits her with
hits
the
it
socks.
twice.
Yeah. Honestly, we should have known he's a bad guy from that because he didn't even apologize. And you're like,
yeah.
that's
He's
a
like,
little
oh,
shady.
Scooby and the Mystery Gang.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Oh, he does. He does the like. He's like, I'm so creepy. I love him so much.
Yeah. His story is also like so insane because he wanted to act and he was trying to be an actor, but everybody was like, you won't make it, dude.
The best.
And so he went and like wrote.
Did he write Mr. Bean?
Yeah, he wrote Mr. Bean himself, and
Of course he did.
became the actor for it himself.
Damn.
And then
'Cause
people
nobody
were
else
like,
could do it.
Holy shit! Yeah, nobody else.
Nobody else
can.
could bring that character to life. If somebody else had written it, they would be like, "How do you explain Mr. Bean?"
It's like the actor who plays Shaggy in this movie.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, he's done such a good job,
He's so good.
right? And he right after this movie, he was like Shaggy for like a decade.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because all the voice acting.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
him because he's so good. It's like his role at this
He
point.
is Shaggy.
And having him and Rowan Atkinson in the same movie together, absolutely like facial expressions galore. And
Yeah.
I feel like Rowan Atkinson even dumbed down his facial expressions.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
wondering if that was like
Probably.
a conscious choice to not seem so comically
Yeah.
forthright. No, that's hard. So present in the film, and also to give Matthew Lillard that extra space to be like, no, he truly is like such an exceptional facial contortionist. Weird phrase.
Oh, facial contortion.
He does such incredible things with his face. I'm obsessed with him.
And he has to act with an animated dog the whole time. It's
Actually,
just a puppet
we
head.
looked it up.
Yeah.
It's a fucking terrifying, like felted puppet head. It's like this big. It looks so scary.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
scared.
weird. It's like when you go and look at behind the scenes of your movies, and especially your favorite movies, it can often be like, I don't want to
is
know.
I didn't need to know
horrifying.
this. I didn't want to know.
I need to know this because they use it for the eye levels.
But I was thinking about like in Harry Potter when, or the behind the scenes for filming that, they had like the people wearing the green suits, or like in Lord of the Rings where they'd put all the little ping pong balls to attach the animation shit that they do later with the CGI. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, how would they have done that in 2002? Like clearly the animation in this movie is not on that level. So I was wondering about it, but yeah, the puppet head was so creepy.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they had the eye levels marked because like they did good.
They initially wanted to do like a motion capture of like those dots, and have them have like a dog wear a suit and then act. But they're like, no, we're gonna like risk it all and go do like a whole CGI Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So we can keep like a cartoonic.
That's yeah, he's very cartoonish.
And I kind of like that because one thing about Scooby-Doo is they always like play around with real things. It's always like a old guy or old person or a human being inside the ghost, right? But in this movie, there's no like actually like a guy who's playing inside it. There's actual ghosts, and like souls have been taken out. Also, it's just funny when they did focus groups for this movie. It was supposed to be souls, but people were not happy and saw that the movie had like religious context by the word souls, so they changed it to like photoplasms.
Ah, that's cool. I like that they changed it because it does fit
That's
in more
interesting.
into the science of the. Because it is true, like Scooby-Doo's whole vibe since the '60s has been monsters are not real. We're gonna show you why not using science, and like I love that. And then this movie's like, actually, fuck everything. Monsters are real, and then they still have that sense of science, which I really appreciate. But then they don't explain. They
How
they
things
unmask the
happen.
villain, and then it's Scrappy Doo, and it's like, oh my god, like an unmasking. That's cool. That's fun. That's different. But also, how did he make those weird, creepy monster things? What are those? And then it's like sort of the voodoo stuff, but then it's like. So it's interesting that they had originally souls, and it was like this Christian religion ideology, and then they pitted it against voodoo religion. And there's like a lot of that
like
in
people
there.
when they showed it to the focus groups, they were like, "Oh, you're like targeting like Jesus Christ and the Lord."
Not
But making fun of
Jesus.
other people's religions is totally
Oh,
fine.
100%.
Yeah, no, we should be doing more of that, actually.
Jesus number one.
Put more of the weird rituals in and
Yeah.
make people
Yeah.
freaked out by it.
As long as you don't make fun of Christianity. God, the audacity.
Don't
crazy.
cross.
Don't cross us.
Don't cross our cross.
Yeah.
Well, like, I wonder, like, had they done that originally, like, how accepted the movie would have been? Because, like, I feel like if it had been Souls and it had been more, like, Christianity focused, if it would have been, like, banned for, like, blasphemy and stuff. And,
Oh,
like,
100%. Because the movie did surprisingly well.
mhm.
You want to guess how much money it made?
No, I got the other guess wrong. No, I'm kidding.
$5.
Each ticket in that time? Hell yeah.
I don't know. I think it amassed. How much was it to make? Do you know?
84 million.
84 million. Okay, I'd say 212 million.
212. That's a really good guess.
Oh, don't do it.
235.
235. You monster. It's 245.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do 213, and I was gonna be really mad.
Yeah.
That's right. 245.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. You're 275.
275, and it
275.
only cost 84. So they almost made $200 million off of it. And
Exactly.
critics and audience both hated it. I love
don't
the
think they're
power of
counting children.
I don't think they're clearly not counting children.
Clearly.
The power of children getting their parents to take them to movies. I mean, that's with How to
Repeatedly.
Train Your Dragon, which is the same story, and they're getting them to take them again.
Well, I don't think it came out in theaters. I thought it was just a Netflix release.
Oh, really?
It came out the same week as Born Identity. And which was like really crazy because they were having their whole shenanigans as well. Like their movie, I saw this like Matt Damon interview where he was like, we had this movie coming out, but then we got 6 months delayed, and that's never a good sign for a movie that okay, it's gonna come out and then we're delayed by because it's spending more money, getting everybody to work harder for actors. It's like, well, now I can't go and do another
thing.
shoot, right? And he was like, then we had the movie ready, but then 9/11 happened, so we couldn't release the movie then. So we had to wait a whole like year, and then it got released on the same weekend as Scooby-Doo. And we were pretty confident. I don't think he mentioned that they were like confident it was gonna do better.
Yeah.
But he
I think
mentioned
people assumed probably.
movie-wise, Born Identity I think is like a much better movie. But Scooby-Doo performed like twice as much on their opening weekend with like 54 million while they did only 27. So people like really carried this movie despite the whole like so-called critics being like, oh, this is terrible, right? And I feel like it's really nice to see movies that get carried into like actual success by fans.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times, like especially with the critic review, like the people critiquing it aren't the ones the movie was made for. So of course they're not really gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, I feel like so much of this one is like the children who watched it really enjoyed it. Like, and people went back to watch it again because it's fun.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was a movie that didn't really cause any harm, and like parents probably enjoyed watching it too. And like, and so like that's probably a little bit captured in the audience review, but I feel like a lot of people who leave the audience reviews aren't, once again, like the ones.
I think they
the
think
movie-
of themselves as amateur critics.
Yeah, they think of themselves
Yeah.
as amateur critics, so they're critiquing it.
Critiquing it.
They're critiquing it the way that
They think a critic.
they think a critic would.
And also, like you said, like the critics, it is a fun movie, and critics, I think that this is a problem in both like movies, food, and all sorts of things. They don't want fun. They don't want whimsy, and it's only very recently that that's been like, no, we as a society we do want that. Actually, we're tired of not having it, but they take themselves so seriously.
Yeah. I feel like there was another movie that came out recently that was one targeted more towards kids, and then it like outshone the other movie that came out in the box office as well. I can't remember. I saw something about it recently, but it's like people keep getting surprised by like the power that kids have and like the power that like yeah, these fun, whimsical movies have. And yeah, like you said, like that is what people want. Like, yes, it's good to have like a fun action movie or like a heavier movie, but like the ones that
There's
people are
other
gonna
things that are heavy right now.
exactly. People want some whimsy.
Yeah.
And especially with parents, like I feel like watching movies is an easy way to entertain kids. So if your kid's like, yeah, I really fuck with this movie, I'll be like, okay, let's
Yeah.
go.
Also, I mean, I don't know how much this happens, but like parents tend to be tired. So if you take your kid to the movie theater, you can fall asleep. It's dark in there. If something happens, you'll probably wake up.
And it's nowadays it's a screen larger than an iPad right now, so probably good to switch which screen your kid is watching.
Right? Yeah. Biggest issue that I've seen right now is like we don't have an incentive to go watch movies in a cinema.
Yeah.
And so all like over the last 3 years, all studios have kind of just been sold to Amazon, Netflix, and
Disney.
Disney. And now because they have all the resources in their hand, they don't have that same incentive to okay, we need to still continue making like good products. And like a movie like Scooby-Doo, I advocate for this a lot, which is like 1.5 hour, and it's nothing. There's no like substance or anything to the movie, but it's just entertainment. Like when I first watched this movie last week, it was just like I completely did not notice how time kind of like went away.
Yeah.
And it was just like I was so engrossed. Okay, what happens next? It does such a good job of just keeping you engaged, the whole
Entertained,
time.
yeah.
And you actually get to escape from your worrisome world as we live as humans. So we need more movies like this.
I think so. I think movies are getting, like you said, they're getting really long. Like the fact that it's just an hour and a half, and it's like this is what it is. That's what we're watching. But I feel like there's so many movies nowadays that are 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
want to sit through a movie that long. Like I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I just don't want to do that.
Because
Yeah.
I think you're mixing that too, and with mixing that with the combination of people's attention spans are getting shorter. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
people are so used to watching TikToks and Reels, where it's like, yeah, this 30-second to 1 minute long video, and then you keep going, and it's like, yeah, people's attention spans are just getting shorter and shorter, and then you're forcing them to sit through like a 2 hour movie, which they don't have the attention span for, and also it's not
always gripping.
They always like drag on a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
Whereas
I find like a lot of like the action movies, and I know you guys like them more than I do, but like a lot of them, it feels just repetitive after a while. They're just like, oh, it's just another 10-minute long action scene when it could have been done in 5 minutes. And like a 3-minute conversation would be far more engaging in my mind.
well, and like I think that's one of the things like with this too, where it is only an hour and a half, so everything they're putting into the movie is like something that's relevant, something that's quick. Whereas so many movies and stuff nowadays, I feel like they try to just add in everything
Oh, yeah.
when there's
I
a lot
hate
of things
filler
that can
dialogue.
go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that they can go unsaid. Like you can assume that this happened because of a conversation that two characters had. Like we don't need to see that it's happened. Like you don't need to add that extra 10-minute scene when it's like you can just be like, yeah, Thomas and I agreed that he's a train.
And I'm wondering if maybe
great
because
example.
we've moved so far away from entertainment in the form of plays where you literally have a very limited set and you have to explain like, oh, this all happened off stage. And now we're like, oh, we have all the money, we have all the animation, we have all this the skill to just do all of it and show it as if it's hyper realistic. And then it's just like, yeah, but that doesn't make the art any better.
Yeah.
Just by having all this extra equipment and
Yeah.
ability doesn't necessarily make it
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It
Just
makes it more
because it's-
convoluted.
Yeah. Just because it's longer doesn't mean it's better.
Code of the day. And that's what I'm gonna use to end the episode.
Like that should be the name of the episode.
If it's longer is not always better.
I had it just sitting on my tongue, and I was like, I've got to say this.
That's sitting on your tongue?
yeah.
Wow.
That forced exposition is, I think, like a big issue these days, where they have to like break down and show you everything and give you every example. And I always like find, but it's also like because it's a short attention span that people have, they always have to be told like a baby what's going on, because
Yeah.
as the audience they've
Yes.
lost the ability to actually
Fucking
oh
think
this
about it.
happened and this, oh okay, I get it, right?
Yeah.
Like in this whole movie we don't see Mary Jane and Scooby interacting ever, right? And then she already knows, okay, it's not the grandma who's in the plane, it's an actual dog, right?
Yeah.
And the kids nowadays would be like, oh, how does she know?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of like YouTube channels I've gone through whenever like I used to watch them as myself too, but that always need for logic
Yeah.
in a movie, I think that's kind of what's corrupted
Yeah.
movies these days. Is like, oh, we can't just show something and be like, no, this is what this is. You know, this is not your world. This is
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo world. And this is how
Yeah.
things happen.
Well, and for people to just actually use like critical thinking skills to like be like, oh, I can assume that this happened because of this. And like, whereas, yeah, having to be like actually guided to the answer instead of being like, yeah, fill in the blanks, figure it out, like context clues. I don't know what's over here.
Context clues.
Context clues.
Context is over there.
All the clues
Yeah.
are over there.
And I do agree, but I was thinking also like of Knives Out, which is like I think 2 hours and 15 minutes or something. And then of course it's very much like this is a mystery that everybody's trying to solve,
Yeah.
including the audience. And I think in that case it is very different, where that time is used very carefully and very
Yeah.
well. But like most of the time, if it's especially if it's not a murder mystery or like a mystery that everybody's trying to solve, they're just using time.
Yeah.
And just wasting everybody else's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it's not so carefully planned. But
Yeah.
I don't
Also,
think
also something you mentioned about just the overly use of like, oh, let's spend more money, and then everything is just like too digital. Like when I watch a movie, I really enjoy when it's what do you call it, like they have actually done set decorations.
yes. Oh my god, have you ever seen Dark
Right.
Crystal?
Dark. No, what's that?
So it's like from the 80s. Jim Henson, the guy who designed all of the like puppets for the set of Star Wars and like all of the Muppets, and the characters in Sesame Street. I think he did those. He was really popular in the 80s because of his puppetry. And so they gave him like a feature length film where he just had puppets do the whole thing. And so the entire set was created, all of these incredible characters. There's like hundreds of puppets involved. And it's just a full movie based on puppet acting, and it's so cool, and I think you might really enjoy it, and like looking into it, it's really cool.
Dark Crystals?
Yeah, Dark Crystal.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a little bit, it's very 80s. Like there are
Okay.
parts where it's like a little bit like, that's not how we would do a movie nowadays. I'd say the climax is kind of drawn out in a slowish way, interestingly. But yeah, like I thought it was really good. And like, yeah, sorry, not to interrupt you, but that kind of movie, like the set deck is so interesting to me.
Yeah, and I feel like as well, like the with this on the spending money kind of side of it, if they're putting all of their money into like CGI and stuff like that, where it's like, okay, you're spending all of this money on this movie now, and then it comes into box office and you're saying, oh yeah, this movie was a flop. It only made like $250 million. And it's like, well, how much did you spend on it that only 250 million is like a small amount?
And also
Like-
the
Yeah.
fact that, sorry, just
No,
to
you're good.
interject really quickly. Also the fact that they say a movie is a flop if the first weekend it is out doesn't amass that much
Yeah.
money. That's insane. Movies used to be in theaters for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even longer, like back when the movie theaters as a concept started, they would play movies for like 3 months because there weren't that many, clearly.
Yeah.
But like also it would give people a chance to go, and also that whole time period would be included in how much money it made.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're such a fast-paced culture and we're like, no, we have to see, like we have to go right now, the
Yeah,
opening
get
thing.
the next one in.
Yeah, and like the people who go the day after opening weekend, their money doesn't count all of a
Yeah.
sudden, but like clearly you're making money from them. So why are we not,
Yeah.
why are we pretending like it doesn't matter?
Yeah, and it's putting way too many movies into theaters and into like released all at once to the point where it's like, yeah, no wonder they're not making money because like
It's just too much.
you don't have enough time to go see it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
before the next one is there, and it's like an overconsumption kind of thing where it's like, yeah, you have too many.
Yeah, I also feel the same with TV shows. It's like everybody like gets like one season and they're like, this is a good show or a bad show. But
Yeah.
all our like, I think all our favorite shows, I've definitely seen that it's never in the first year they come out and it's like, oh my god, this is awesome. It's like, like Breaking Bad, which kind of started Netflix. Everybody started watching Breaking Bad when it was on like season 3, and then it got picked up, and then people started talking, and it
Yeah.
takes time for like culture to pick up and
Yeah.
understand,
Yeah.
comprehend, and then talk about it, and then be like, okay, now this was organically growing, but now it's like, oh, we're gonna get it in
It
your
has to
face.
be perfect.
Yeah, it has to be perfect. We'll get all your favorite actors in there, and I hate when like there's no work on like story, and I think a lot of it is just like the producers and the creators for the show not really giving credit to the writers, where it's due.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys seen Russian Doll, the TV show
Yes.
with Natasha Lyonne?
Yes.
I didn't know that Amy Poehler was like a huge piece of that show. Like she wrote it with Natasha. I didn't know that.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was watching a podcast of Amy Poehler's where she and Natasha talk about it, and they mentioned the fact that like that was one of the only experiences. I think that was the only experience, perhaps, that both of them have had where the show did get popular right away, and they both were being like, it was very confusing for them. And so I think like even actors are used to the idea of like, oh no, a TV show
Yeah.
takes time to build up to
Yeah.
its peak. But then with
Yeah.
Russian Doll, that was just an incredible piece of art. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate that they made it.
And
so
it's like
small.
a very fresh.
Yeah, it was
thing,
really
right?
interesting.
Even though it's like, okay, it's like the Groundhog Day concept, but it was such a like a fresh take from what we've had.
Yeah.
Like we've had, because now we have so many TV shows just being made. There's so much on Netflix and Amazon, and it kind of all morphs into the same mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch.
Well, and especially because, yeah, and then they don't develop them past their first season. Like, they make a first season. The first season doesn't make as much money or have as many views as they wanted it to. And they're like, okay, we're scrapping it. And it's like, well, if no wonder it's not going to do well. Like, you never actually give it the opportunity to. Like, because, like, one of the things, like, I think Netflix, especially, its highest, or a lot of the streaming platforms, like, they're like shows that are canceled the most usually are like the fantasy ones where it's like
They have to world build.
they have to world build, and they have to like, it is putting a bit more money into it because yeah, you have sets that aren't going to be just like on the street. Like you're having to like put in a little bit more, and then they're like, well, the viewerships aren't as good. And then we'll just cancel it there. But then you have so many of these fantasy shows that were canceled after like first or second season because they're like, yeah, we're putting way too much money into it for how little views. And it's like, well, make fewer fantasy shows and let it build up
Yeah.
rather than giving us 6 fantasy shows at once and being like,
Which one's gonna work?
none of them actually.
Because nobody,
Yeah.
like, there's no passion in any of them.
Unless you care about the project, people won't. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, if they're just being like, what's gonna make us the most money?
Yeah.
You're gonna make a lot of money, and that's it. You're not gonna make any art.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't feel like any sort of like, and one thing I always notice that is like the humanizing effect. Like when you watch a TV show, you're like, okay, this is a script that the actors are reading, or oh, there is like a human component
Yeah.
to the movie. Like we talked about like Scooby-Doo. Which is like, okay, I can relate myself being in the situations. I've fought with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with like character development as well. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, if you can build character development, that's what is compelling. That's
Yeah.
what humans like in stories. They want to know what's happening over time and how people change and adapt. And if you make something really short or like that's all action,
Yeah.
there's not enough space to even grow the foundation of the character, let
Yeah.
alone have them develop into something else. And I think that is, I didn't watch all of Breaking Bad, but that was a huge part of Breaking Bad. And I'm sure people talked about it, but I have noticed that like it's a lot more of a, I don't know, when I talk to my brothers about my brother at movies, he's always like, no, I want more like adventure. I want more action. I want more movement. And I'm like, no, I only like if I watch a movie that's just a conversation, if it's a good conversation, I'm in it.
Yeah.
And it did feel like at the time when we were talking about it, how it's, I don't know, maybe you can speak to this, but like men who are like, no, we want action. And because men are the ones running these companies who are making all the movies, they're like, we can push out all of this action so the guys will come see it. And then there's just less conversation. But I don't know if that's necessarily accurate.
I don't think that's accurate because so in 2012 when they started pushing down these all women lead movies, which were sequels to all male lead movies, like you had the Ghostbusters, you had Oceans,
Yeah.
right?
Create original plots.
Yeah.
Exactly. My whole issue with that is you're saying that, oh, now you're like pushing for like women having more space, but you're still giving them scripts and stories written in most cases by men for men.
Yeah, exactly. 4 men.
Right. And so when you see that on screen, you don't really care because you don't really see that, okay, this is like a fitting, that the character feels like it's not in a comfortable spot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of being like pushed down. There are definitely, directors and creators who kind of have that ideology of like, oh, let's make action because this is for the guys. And there are
Yeah.
movies that are like for the dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good ones are the ones that just make you
For people.
care about it.
Yeah, just for people.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like different things about that same movie inspires or gets everybody to be like, oh, I want to care. Like, for example, using Breaking Bad, people wanted to care because, oh, this guy, he has cancer. Somebody wanted to care, oh, he's going to sell drugs. Somebody wanted to care, oh, what's going to happen to his family.
Yeah.
Right. And so that whole ability for creators to not only target one specific audience, but actually create an
Oh
umbrella.
yeah, for everybody. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That everybody kind of comes and feels, oh, this is made for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Right.
good storytelling is for everybody.
But there's just so much bad storytelling.
Oh, so much.
And yeah, and I feel like as well with like the being like only 8 episodes or so, especially with TV shows,
Oh,
where it's
yeah.
like, yeah, you don't have space for anything other than plot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have space for anything other than those action sequences. Whereas like before, when TV shows were like 18, 20 episodes, it's like, yeah, you had that space for filler episodes that were purely for character development.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you had time for character development, for conversations that maybe weren't as like relevant to the plot, but were still like relevant for the character. And it's like allowing that room to grow and allowing for people to like connect with characters by seeing things happening like outside of the plot or like yeah.
And
Yeah.
I find it interesting that earlier we were talking about how movies are too long because they're not using the space correctly, but then some movies do use it correctly.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating that we used to have the space and it was perfect for developing the characters, but now that's just not a central point for the majority of work. But for the really good work, it is the central point, and that's why it stands out above all the rest.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it too is like, yeah, determining how they're using the time that they're given. So like with like that was the big difference between like movies and TV shows. Like TV shows, you had that time to really flesh characters out a lot more. Whereas like you look at movies and like you look at like Scooby-Doo, where it's like, yeah, you still got connected to the characters. Like you still saw what they were going through, what they grew through. And like maybe it is partially too, like everyone already knows the Scooby-Doo characters. So you're not having to start fresh and reintroduce them. Like everyone kind of already knows who they are. But like that kind of like being able to keep it captivating. And like, I think that's the big difference between like movies and TV shows, or like, especially like early 2000s and stuff, where it's like, yeah, TV shows, yeah, you had the time, you had the space, and you kept it captivating because the episodes were only like 40 minutes. And like movies were an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and you were constricted by that time. Whereas now people are like, oh yes, TV shows are like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's like, No, that's a movie.
crazy.
That's a movie. Yeah, like the new Stranger Things.
Right?
is
Are they
coming
that
out.
Stranger
long?
Things especially.
They're doing like
What?
90-minute episodes.
Who's gonna watch
Yeah.
a movie as an episode? I mean,
Literally.
to be fair, we did start watching a ridiculous '90s vampire Dark Shadows TV show that I'm pretty sure the first episode it was just a double length episode.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think
45
a
minutes.
lot
so
of
it's
shows
90
used
minutes.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was for special episodes that the first episode
Like
would be
the
like a
Sherlock
double
series
length.
was kind of like that too. With
Sorry?
the
Sherlock.
Sherlock Holmes
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, like they were quite long.
But yeah, with Stranger Things, because you wait all this time to get something, then they give you like 2 parts, is like season 6 part 1, and then you wait another 4 months for part 2, and
it's like
it's such a stretch.
Yeah.
And it's like literally just make a TV show. Like out 1 90-minute episodes, 3 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Like why do we need to have these full-length movies for TV shows and have short seasons of TV shows when we could literally just have long seasons of TV shows, more time to watch it, and like watching it in spurts so that like you can watch it all at once, but also like
You don't
have to sit down for the entirety. So like people's attention spans are getting shorter, but movies and TV shows are getting longer, and it's like you're not
not
catering to the
addressing
audience
the
that you have
problem.
right now.
Yeah. I think specifically also like Stranger Things, I don't know if the writers have an end in mind, but there's so many TV shows that don't have like a clear, like this is how it's going to go. Obviously we're going to change it. It's going to develop. It's going to become its own thing. But eventually this is where it will end. And that was, what was the show? Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek did that so beautifully where they're like, this is where we're starting. Stuff's going to happen, but this is eventually where it will end.
Yeah.
And I think that it did that so perfectly. And I had an issue with Brooklyn Nine-Nine where it felt like it just kept going. And especially since it's a show about American cops in the late 2010s and like early 2020s, it should have ended far sooner than it had. I think it's over now. I don't know.
There's
but it
so
should have
many
ended
cop
before.
shows right now
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like I think they're trying to like, because of like all the anti-cop sentiments that are going around right now for very valid reasons.
Yeah.
The media is trying to like humanize them and
Yeah.
be like,
And I've noticed.
yeah.
Sorry, no.
Oh no, you.
I've
go.
noticed. I watched 2 recently. There's one with Amanda Seyfried. She plays
Yeah,
a cop
yeah.
in Philly. It's actually a really good show. But there's also one with Kate Winslet who plays like this jaded cop. I don't remember where she is, but I remember watching both of them and being like, these are good shows. I don't like that I'm watching cop shows right now, but they've made them white women who to, you know, not people of color, but to the majority of white people in the States, like, oh, that's going to be safer than a white man as a cop.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, we're trying to be safer, but they're not actually. White women are fucking not safe at all. But mostly they're the ones calling the cops in the first place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, and then it's just like trying to like normalize so much as well to be like, yeah, like the one scene I think of like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine is where they're like trying to find evidence against this guy so that they can hold him longer than 24 hours.
The dentist episode.
I think so.
It's a very good episode, but yes, yeah.
Where it's like
you can't.
this is not okay. You're withholding someone with not enough evidence, like, and now you're trying to find the evidence. Like that's not how that works. Like why are we trying to normalize this right now? Yeah, Copoganda.
Copoganda. That's a crazy word. Yeah. Yeah. But it's really wild. It's like the moments like those are also like a wake up call for to realize that that's kind of the world we live in. And yeah, because it's like you want to believe that okay, everybody's like doing things in a proper procedure, but no, there's definitely like corrupt cops. There's obviously, you know, it's like each side, and that's why I always like movies as less of a realistic thing, and I like science fiction because it's
the
like
joys of Scooby-Doo.
and Scooby-Doo.
There we go.
Because you can like escape to like Spooky Island, which is in
Yeah.
Australia apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Side note. From the very beginning, I mean, this is such a silly little thing about it, but in the very beginning of the movie, like, you know, they make such a big deal about
Yes.
getting on the airplane and being in this special Spooky Island Airlines plane. Where do they land? They come to the island on a boat. Where the fuck is the airport?
Yeah.
Where apparently it's in Australia, and then I guess they then go on a special Spooky Island boat, but they never talk about that, which we were just saying, logically we can figure it out. So it must be they land in Australia and then they take a Spooky Island charter boat. But it was a little bit just like, whoa, they're on a boat now. Oh, they're not even on the boat. And they just land on the island, but there's no landing and there's no landing strip.
And for it also not only to be like a Spooky Island chartered plane, but then a Spooky Island chartered boat. Like if you have the boat going from somewhere already, people could just take a normal fucking plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's just a lot of money. But sorry, I was interrupting your much more interesting point.
Yeah, no, that is like, oh yeah, it's shot in Australia, and then they used like sound stages and nightclubs as most of the locations.
Interesting.
Where they have like the whole farting scene.
Yes.
I think it's in a nightclub, and even what I
They
like.
fart in a nightclub.
Yeah.
So
You gotta. If you're in a nightclub, it's free. Yeah, free.
okay, I forgot 2002 nightclubs looked like weird like internet lounges. Forgot about that.
Yeah, and then they used like a lot of like props and actually handcrafted like things. I remember during first year of uni, you and Kat did that prop design for the play.
We made beans on toast.
Oh, cool.
And so like we were like, I can't remember. We used like actual beans and then like painted and Mod
Resin?
Podged them
Oh, okay.
onto
Like dry bean.
onto something.
That's really fun. I did prop stuff in high school, but it was like big set deck. It was never like props.
Yeah, no, Kat like did like props.
Tech
like
theater
that was
is
her
so
thing.
cool.
Yeah. So I was helping her with it. So we were just like in our first year lounge, just like painting beans. It was great.
Great.
It's memorable, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think set deck is pretty cool. I always love like when shows or movies have like a good what do you call it, like a good universe that they've built, and actually, and you can see it like if it's like a green screen, it feels like off, but whenever it's like actually physical things, yeah, that's where my love for like action movies comes from, is like that physical environment. Like Transformers did that really well, of like Michael Bay bringing, like, I think 2008 or 10 they started using like a lot of metal, and I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any favorite scenes or dialogues from the movie?
Honestly, this is embarrassing, but the burp scene,
Burp scene?
I really like. I just think it's just so Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah.
And there's like obviously there's their own characters in this story, but like that's the throwback to the original guys. Also, when they're in the van, not getting high, but like very clearly getting high.
Very clearly getting
Very
high.
clearly getting
Yeah.
high.
He knocks on the door.
Yeah. Since I've known, I've just wanted to watch like James Gunn version now.
Yeah,
Sorry?
the James
Since
Gunn
I've-
version.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like-
Whenever-
yeah. I really want to.
Who was it? The Snyder cut of Superman?
yeah.
Fuck the Snyder cut of Superman. I want to see the James Gunn cut of Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, baby.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Hopefully one day I can like have him as a guest and be like, dude, what do
We
you write?
need
Do you have a cut? I have
Do you
some
have the cut?
people
Do
who
you have
would
the
love. Yeah, give us the script. We'll get it remade.
But I feel like the cast was also spectacular for this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think they could have gotten a better cast.
Yeah.
Linda
who plays
Cardellini.
Mary Jane?
Isla Fisher.
That was her breakout role as
Oh,
well.
was it?
That's what I thought, because I was like, she looks really young in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to do like soap opera thing in Australia.
I believe that.
And
that
then,
makes sense.
Because first time I saw her was Wedding Crashers,
Oh yeah, she's in that one.
right?
I
And
think what I saw her first in.
yeah.
I saw her first in Now You See Me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first, like, memorable one. With her.
Yeah, great. She's so like expressive,
Mm-hmm.
right? And yeah, Shaggy. Everybody just plays their role like so well.
They did, like, fantastic job casting. Like, I don't think they'll ever top this Scooby-Doo cast.
Yeah, I remember when like Fred is like their frat guy, and he's like, "What's up, dog?"
Oh yeah.
And dog.
And dog.
Oh, that's a
Scooby's
good
like,
line.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real. That was such a good
That was a
line.
really good
Such a
line.
good
What's
line.
up, dog? And dog.
I do like the scene where they switch bodies. That is
Yeah.
funny.
Yes, the switch body scene is It's very funny.
They definitely could have done that for longer, I think.
I know
Because it's
that.
really like a whole dynamic with like Fred and Daphne. Because they're the first ones. But then like I want to see Shaggy. I mean, Shaggy was in other bodies, but like it's
Shaggy was in Velma's body.
Shaggy was Linda Cardinelli acting as Matthew Lillard being Shaggy being Velma was fucking great.
And we talked about like the early 2000s like eating disorders and
We
stuff.
did. Okay, in that scene, I had like an issue. So when Shaggy switches into Daphne's body, he immediately like hunches over and clutches his stomach, and he's like, "Daphne, you're so empty." And it's just because like
She probably doesn't eat a lot.
she doesn't eat anything.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman in the 2002. Like, of course
Yeah.
she's not eating anything.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, oh, they just made this comment as a joke, like, oh, Shaggy eats so much and Daphne doesn't. But then it just felt like that's such a reality.
Yeah.
And like that
yeah.
really affects your mental state. Like I've been in that situation before where you are so hungry you cannot think properly. And they just kind of brush over it. But like that's a huge part of what life was like for a lot of women back then.
Yeah, and I
Especially
think
models and all, like they were like on such strict, like, okay,
Yeah.
get like the corners of the bread. That's
Like
all.
it doesn't just fuck with your body, it fucks with your brain in really bad ways.
I get upset and I haven't eaten for
Exactly.
a while.
Yeah,
So I
I mean,
can
we're
only
like, oh, we get
imagine.
hungry
Yeah.
now. But I mean, they did a starvation study back in maybe the early 2000s. I don't actually remember. It might have been way earlier than that. I think it actually might have been in the 70s. I might have got that way wrong. But they took like, I really don't remember this. I saw it on Facebook a while ago. But they made a bunch of average sized men only eat 1,200 calories a day for like a year. And they were all permanently fucked up for like 10 decades after. They were still having issues with eating and with like mental health because of their lack of food access, and it was bad.
Yeah, I think proper nutrition so important. And then you have like these like beauty standards, right? Like that's what I hate like about this whole like money mongers. Like now Ozempic is a thing, right? Like they're like, okay, now we have a cheat code, right? And the people who made Ozempic are now rich, but nobody knows what it is gonna do like 5 years later to your brain. Where you're like, okay, I'm just like, I'll get an injection, I'll be fine. Yay.
Yeah. Modern technology will fix it somehow.
Yeah, and then it was because it was also interesting, like just like the early 2000s, like beauty standards. Because like he said that for Daphne, but he didn't say it for Velma, which I thought was like, because like out of them, like both of them were really, really skinny.
Yeah.
And like
Velma's just curvy.
Velma's just had a little bit of curves, and it's like, but in early 2000s, like she was the a little bit chunkier, and like I'm thinking about like Kate Winslet and Titanic.
I got so upset about
where
that.
it was like, or Kate Winslet in Titanic, or Bridget Jones. What's her name?
Renee Zellweger.
Renee
They call
Zellweger.
Renee Zellweger fat.
Yeah,
Like multiple people call her fat. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
literally.
She's
and it's like this is like
person.
so
Like an average
like
person.
damaging to all these like young girls in the early 2000s, and so like the fact that it was just like a joke in like a kids movie.
Yeah.
It's like,
They're like, of course, if you're pretty and you're thin, you have to be hungry. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
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 There's a comment for that.
Yeah. I've always found, never found Daphne attractive. I always found Velma more attractive. Yeah.
In this movie specifically, I will say Linda Cardellini, I think is her name. She is my ultimate crush. Like her and Zoe Deutsch, they're my two favorite women in the world. And I will never say that Daphne's more attractive than Velma looking at these two.
Yeah, she really wanted this like role. She saw like clips of the voice actor who had done Velma.
Yeah.
And then learned her mannerisms. And when she went for audition, she went in a orange turtleneck and a skirt.
Of course she did.
Yeah, so
Hell
she
she's
could like
such a
really be
good
like,
actress.
guys, I am the perfect person
I
to cast.
am Velma.
And
For
that she
this.
was right.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like, I think we talk about like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Matthew Lillard being perfectly casted, but she is as well in a much more subtle way. And that's
Literally.
just the charm of Velma. She is more subtle than the rest of them.
Yeah.
And it's
So good.
so appreciated because she balances them out in that very nuanced way.
I also like that Shaq scene when the guy's doing the voodoo.
Oh my
ritual,
god.
And then Daphne interrupts him.
Oh, yeah. I thought
Right.
you meant Shaq like with the Q. I was like,
Oh,
is Shaq
Yeah, you didn't
in
see
this
it?
movie?
I was like, I don't know what cut you watched.
Which
Sarge.
version? Yeah, I was like, which deleted scene was that? Because I would like to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like about to sacrifice, and she comes and he's like, I'm gonna kill this chicken to sacrifice, and she's like, it's dead, and he's like, duh.
I also
Didn't
love
realize.
Daphne walking into a stranger's home. A stranger's home
Yeah.
where he's performing a very specific act. And right as he's holding a knife about to stab, she's like, hi, excuse me. And it's like, you could have said excuse me at any point earlier than
Yeah.
this. Or you could have waited until he finished. Why did you interrupt him right at this time? Like, I get it's for comical
drama.
effect, but like, girl,
Come
you are
on.
in a stranger's home and he's holding a knife. Do you really think that's a great idea?
She's got places to be. She doesn't have time to.
But she does have time to wait until he gets to that moment.
I don't know.
Maybe she's assessing her surroundings, being like, am I in a safe space? I am. I can interrupt.
Yeah.
But I think that's also one of the, like, talking about, like, character growth in the movie. Like, that's one of the things she goes through, where it's like, yeah, throughout the movie, you kind of see her
She's not very assertive.
realizing, like, oh, like, she was very self-absorbed at the beginning, I
Yeah.
think. So being like, yeah, my time is more valuable than yours. I'm going to interrupt you doing what you're doing right now. And then later, just like kind of a switch up a little bit, I feel
Oh
like.
yeah,
But,
that whole damsel in distress theme that they carry on of like, oh, they talk about like, oh yeah, Daphne always gets captured, and it's fine, and then she's like, well, you know what? Now I've learned karate, and then
Yeah.
learn to use my powers, and then she gets picked up by that wrestler dude,
Oh, that was a great scene too. I
right?
forgot
And then
about
she
the
beats
fight
him up.
scene.
Yeah.
Right? I was
That's a
like, hell
wonderful
yeah.
one.
yeah.
Oh, I like when Shaggy falls in the pit. No, Scooby falls in the pit, and then Shaggy like leaves Mary Jane and does a headfirst dive to go save him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one was excellent. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, we were saying as we were watching the movie, we were like, yeah, Daphne is the brawn of the Scooby Gang. Like, she is
Daphne's the brawn.
she's the fighter.
Velma's
Fred's the leader.
brains. Fred's there.
Fred's there.
Fred's doing something.
Yeah. Shaggy and Scooby are comic relief, like
Almost the mastermind.
the mastermind. But yeah, she's the brawn. Like that scene where he tries to fight someone and immediately gets knocked away, and then Daphne's like kicking ass. I'm like, yes.
When you said earlier that the director was looking specifically for a couple to play Daphne and Fred, I just found that so interesting because I had kind of assumed that they had asked Sarah Michelle Gellar to be Daphne because she had done Buffy and she was very clearly this like well-known actor from the 90s who could be that like really cool, really beautiful, stereotypically person and also could do martial arts like on camera and not need that much of a stunt double. I'm sure she had a stunt actress in there as well, but like
Yeah.
I feel like she learned a lot on the Buffy set and like could apply that here. And so
Yeah.
the director got so lucky having like this perfect couple who also just happened to perfectly personify Daphne and Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
They just are Daphne and
They
Fred.
just are, yeah. It's insane.
And it's also really cool to just see like how actors like they do like different roles and you don't know which role is going to come later on in your life and be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it almost a little bit like a typecast for her, I feel like, where it's like, yes, pretty, ditzy, but also can kick ass.
And can kick ass. Yeah, she's almost like a Charlie's Angel. kind of
Yeah, she does have that. What about you? What was your favorite scene or section?
So for me, I really like that whole when they go into that castle thing.
The castle scene's great.
Yeah, that's like really nice. I love that interaction she has with the guy who's doing the voodoo ritual of like, oh, you don't want me to go there, so you're telling me not to go there, and that's how I'm gonna go there.
It means I need to go there because you
Oh,
want me to go there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, what?
whoa, this was just so good writing.
Yep.
Right.
So good.
I didn't really get a lot of like good Scooby scenes. You get like him doing the kung fu thing. I think that's pretty fun, and him and Shaggy fighting. My favorite, I think, would be when Scooby tells Shaggy that he's whipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think it's like a really like silly position to be with your friends. You're like, dude, and they're like dating somebody, and it's like, it's a huge joke. I don't know if like girls have the same conversation, but it's like when your guy friend gets like a girlfriend, then you're just left alone because now he's like busy and gone, and then he'll come back in a few months to you, right?
Yeah.
Because when they break up, then he needs his best friend again,
Yeah.
Oh yes.
right? So I think that whole like scene was like really funny where he's like, dude, like she's a
I miss
monster.
you. Yeah.
And then he comes back like, I'm sorry, I've not been a good friend.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Scrappy Doo?
Oh my god.
Fucking hate Scrappy Doo.
He's so annoying.
I was kind of surprised in the flashback memory scene
Mm-hmm.
how like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't understand. Is Scrappy Doo a puppy?
Apparently, I think so. Or just maybe a
Yeah, I was like,
small dog.
is he a small dog or is he? Because if he's a small dog, fucking hate him.
Yeah.
If he's a puppy, then that's a little bit. Definitely 100% on the people who are raising him to train
But-
him better.
I think there's a whole lore behind Scrappy Doo because he's always that size.
Yeah, is he
And
just
this was like
stunted?
a couple years later too.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, if he's just an adult, I dislike him intensely. He's very. Also, he tried to take over the world by becoming a monster dog. That was a little bit
almost
crazy.
got away, you sons of.
Almost got
And
away with
you
it.
pointed out last night, if they really only needed Scooby to make this monster plan work, why in the world would they invite the rest of the mystery gang?
Because he wanted to show off. They had kicked him out. And
Oh, yeah, that's
they'd
right, that's
kicked him
right.
out. They had emasculated him. I don't know. And so he wanted
He
to.
emasculates himself.
I think he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think in his mind he was like,
I'm
getting Shooby. I'm getting Shooby
Shooby.
while also proving that I'm smarter than all of them, and I'm getting my revenge
Yeah,
by
you're
kicking
right,
them
you're
out
right.
and stuff. Is kind of the vibe that I got. But yeah, it's like it probably would have worked if he had only invited Shaggy and Scooby.
It definitely would have worked. I'm sorry, I love Shaggy and Scooby. They're high all the time.
Literally,
They
it
were
would
not
be
going to figure this
and
out.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of like Shaggy and Scooby in the way where two things. One is when they're like, we don't deal with anything that's like scary, spooky, or pertains like
Creepy.
hydrocolonic adventures.
But that's for a different thing.
And the second one is like, yeah, if you give me food, I'll get in your van for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
free
was
food.
very
Hell yeah.
easy to win this thing.
So you get two
It's
stoners.
fucking hubris. Everything comes down to hubris. Not everything, but a lot of things comes down to hubris. The dog was like, no, I'm better than them, and I can prove it. And it's like, well, actually, no, you can't. And now you get what you get.
Yeah. And because, yeah, like, had he just invited Shaggy and kept him, like, fed and distracted, Shaggy probably would not have realized how bad
Shaggy
it would
didn't realize literally while he was being led along a
Scooby.
palanquin. Yeah,
Scooby.
Scooby didn't realize.
Because Shaggy was trying to save him, but that was only because
He knew.
everyone else, like, together, they had already realized what was going on.
Yeah.
Or they could have just soul snatched Shaggy right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then Scooby would have been left on his own.
I do also love the scene when Matthew Lillard Shaggy he's like dressed up as one of the bad guys in the cave, and then
Yes.
the real bad guy wakes up and then he's like fake dancing
Yeah.
and knocks him out. Fucking
It's
love
so
that.
funny.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. So usually for the pod, I do this section called the Bitchfest, and it's usually where I sit down and kind of complain about like things that weren't logically correct. Like, for example, when Velma's on the train, she's like hit by the train and going around the castle.
Oh yeah.
She could have like just gotten off or like right. So this movie, I think, is like the first one we've done so far that I can pinpoint things, but I don't think there's like anything I felt like would be, because I don't
Yeah.
think this movie it already opens it being like there is no logic
Yeah.
in this like movie, and it also the pretense of like Scooby-Doo is like we're not doing things logically.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, this is what it is, enjoy.
Yeah. And well, to that, like the spooky castle scene where, yeah, like
I think we have the same thought.
like logic arguing. So like, yeah, Daphne could have just rolled off the roller coaster thing. Fred and Velma could have just timed themselves to get on the other side of the swinging knives,
Yeah.
so that when they're coming towards them, they're
get
on the other
stuck.
side.
Exactly.
Because they easily could, like, Fred stood there for so long before he jumped backwards. He had enough time to run to the other side. Why didn't he do that and escape the way they came?
Right.
Yeah, so it's very much like, yeah, it's the movie kind of creates its own logic.
Mm-hmm. Right, and I love. I think Amish was the first one who used this word, and I really fell in love with it. I always try to use it. It's a suspended reality
Yeah.
that you kind of enter when you go watch like a film, especially like a cartoonic, non-realistic
Yeah.
film. Right, it's like, okay, anything can happen. And that's why I was really happy that the monsters they use, because they were planning on using like physical like people in suits as monsters, but they use like the monsters as CGI as well, and I think that really helped to feel like, okay, yeah, this is not real. This is
Yeah.
kind of just like Scooby-Doo.
And kind of on the logic thing, Emily pointed out when we were watching the other night, when Velma gets the pyramid thing and she's like, I have to translate this ancient thing, and it's like secretive, and it's like the whole reason that they're there, and it's like the biggest thing, and she just goes to like the lounge she goes to the bar. Actually, she doesn't even go to the lounge. She goes to a bar where there's like 20-year-old kids just partying and drinking and vomiting, and she's like, let me do all my intense, really hard research literally at the bar while drinking a pina colada with some random guy who's hitting on me.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan.
And also, most likely, the person who's doing this is
there
nearby.
watching, and he was literally looking at her like, oh shit, we gotta get that. Yeah. And it's like, oh,
Like, did they not have rooms? We didn't see them in rooms at all.
They
the
never
whole
go
time.
into a room.
Yeah.
But they must have, because they had free room and board and
Yep.
food. So like clearly they had their own place.
Yeah.
They didn't even change clothes. Actually, they do when their souls
Daphne
get
does.
taken. Yeah. Daphne and even Fred does. He changes into the frat boy outfit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, Velma changes. She gets out of her turtleneck and is in a.
That's
More
when they
of a
make
natural-
her.
Yeah.
That's not Velma though. That's when they make Velma. They take Velma's soul.
Yeah, but that's what they
Yeah.
did.
I like how but I like how when they take her soul, they're like, we have to make her sexier. Like she's not doing herself any favors. That's like, okay, really, guys, come on.
In James Gunn version, she's also Velma's gay. And so that's why in the end when she reunites with the guy who she met at the bar who was like hitting on her, they don't
yeah.
kiss.
Yeah, that makes
And she I love that line. She's like, you're fogging up my glasses.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
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 That can be annoying if you're like, you wear glasses, so you would know more.
It's fucking annoying.
When people talk and it's like, oh, dude.
I've never had anybody get so close to me they fogged up my glasses. That's never happened. I don't know if that actually does happen.
Like, while you're kissing or just like while you're talking?
Either. Usually if you're kissing somebody, you take your glasses off.
Yeah.
Though. If you're kissing them for that long that it could fog up your glasses, then like that's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had that happen. The most they fog up is when it's cold outside, or when during COVID when we were wearing masks.
Oh, that would have been so
It was
bad.
fucking awful, especially when it was cold outside and you're wearing a mask. I literally I couldn't see. Oh, also when I open the oven when I'm baking, then my glasses fog up every single time. And I'm like, I can't see anything, and there's a blast of hot air in my face.
You should get like a small viper.
Like little wipers. Yeah, I think that'd
Yes,
be cute.
I think you need wipers for your glasses.
I think so too. Because clearly my hands can't do a good job wiping.
Yeah. Oh my god, what was I gonna say? I had a thought. It's gone.
Your thought
You
ran
are
away.
a thought.
That ran away.
Oh no.
That's why I put in your brain back.
Yeah. But then also, yeah, with Velma translating that language, like, if we're talking movie logic, she's able to translate it immediately. And it makes sense in English.
Not only does she do that, but she
And it rhymes in English too, I think.
Yeah, it rhymes in English. Maybe I'm thinking of the second movie. I am thinking of the second movie. But she basically, like, has insane encyclopedic knowledge of every ancient language in the world, which, no, if you study an ancient language, you're probably an expert in that and maybe something else. You're not an expert in fucking everything. But she sight translates perfectly without any problems, without any grammatical functionings where she has to do any gymnastics. And as a translator myself, I was just like, oh my God, like, that's not exactly at all. She didn't need a dictionary for this random language that she hasn't encountered in at least 2 years. Like, that's not how that works. You need help. You need it. That's how you translate well.
Yeah. But yeah, and then for it to rhyme in English too, and it's like, yes, this ancient language was definitely being created to be translated to English.
Or Velma's just the most incredible translator ever.
Maybe.
Like Percival Shelley. Yeah. I mean, Percival Shelley translated stuff and then rewrote it into beat rhymes. He was Mary Shelley's husband.
Well, and like J.R. Tolkien. Created like 9 languages or something.
Yeah.
And could speak like a ton of them. So it could just be like a language prodigy or something. If you're a
polyglot, maybe it works better. But still, she's not a polyglot in that way. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
I definitely thought of you when I saw that scene. I was like, holy shit, Chloe would know what this means.
No, I wouldn't. I wish that they'd done it in, like, an actual ancient language, though. But then also, like, if they're in Australia, there's a lot of, like, Pacific Island influence. I don't know what languages that would entail that we'd have the writing system for. But I just don't know enough about that area.
Yeah. And, well, on the note of James Gunn making Velma a lesbian, which I agree with.
Velma is.
She is. And, like, him trying to make that clear in the movie. In the second movie, she's interested in Seth Green's character, which I saw a hilarious post being like, weird that Seth Green in 2 different forms of media is dating this lesbian who is best friends with Sarah Michelle Gellar's character.
He's lesbian coded.
He's lesbian coded.
He's like the most lesbian friendly
lesbian man.
I love him.
He's a little lesbian man.
I love him. Yeah. He's perfect.
Yeah, he just looks like a lesbian. So
he has the energy. He's so soft spoken.
Yeah, he's a safe person for a lesbian to date. He's a safe
and it's
beard.
So funny. So I think I maybe have made you watch this movie, but have you heard of the movie Rat Race?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Yeah.
So Seth Green, he plays the crazy brother in that movie, and that's my first interaction with Seth Green was growing up as a kid watching that movie, and I was always into him, and I was like, well, I shouldn't be into him. He's kind of like not a good person in this movie, and I was always like, why am I into him? Like, it's not just a physical attraction thing. Like, there's something about him that is charming. Lesbian. It's because he's actually a lesbian.
Well, we heard it first here.
Seth Green's actually a lesbian.
Seth Green's a lesbian.
That's so funny.
He loves women who love women.
He really does.
Love a boy.
Love a boy. But yeah, bitching about the movie. I don't know if there's anything.
Honestly, I'd give it 5 out of 5 Scooby snacks.
5 out of 5 Scooby snacks.
Okay, cool. So let's rate it then.
5 out of 5 Scooby snacks. No, that's fair.
Yeah, out of 10.
What kind of, is it just like overall energy, or like are we thinking about it?
Enjoyment of it, or like
execution, or?
I don't have a real answer for that. I rate my movies based on rewatchability, and that's usually my avenue of my score. It's like, did I have fun with it? Did I feel like, like the story was there? I felt connected with the characters. It flowed through. But the most important thing is, did I have fun during the time I watched it? Plus, can I watch it again? Yeah. Right? And would I want to watch it again in like a short time span? But you guys, like, obviously, like, the reason I do the Rotten Tomato scores and then do our scores is because I don't believe in Rotten Tomato scores. And just because some critic said something about a movie shouldn't put somebody off a movie. They should still go and watch it and kind of create their own palette. In the same way, like, I'm no like movie connoisseur, so everybody can needs to like find their ways on how they enjoy a movie
Yeah.
because it's their experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, for you, you're
Yeah, I
watching it.
mean, I've watched that movie many times, and I plan to watch it many more times. And I was very engaged. I won't know when it's to say I was. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it, but for all movies in general, I'm not always enjoying them, even if I'm like, this is a great movie. But yes, very much engaged. So yeah, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. And then the last one is just because there's like so many weird racial things going on with the whole like exoticness. Didn't love that, but it was 2002. It is what it is.
It is a product of its time.
It's exactly what it is. It's a
It's a
great
time
movie.
capsule.
There's some problems there. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. No, I agree. I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10 too. Yeah, mainly because like it is an enjoyable movie. I've watched it many times, and like it's one of those movies too. Like I wouldn't watch it like every year. I think, but like even when I was watching it, I was like, I remember scenes as they're happening. But a part of me also was like, I can't super remember what happened during that movie. So
Yeah.
it made it like enjoyable because I was like, the plot, like it wasn't,
ludicrous.
it was wild. And like, it's like, you remember what happens in it, but you also kind of like forget like, oh yeah, that was weird. So yeah, I would give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Cause would watch it again. Had fun watching it. Weird exoticism, but
Yeah. Person not great.
but like it is a product of its time, unfortunately. And like there's a lot of movies that came out early 2000s that are like great and fun, but also like yeah.
What about you, Sparkle?
I'm gonna ruin the average here.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So when I first saw it, I was gonna go for a 7. That was my initial score that I came up with. But then finding out that there could have been a much more nastier
True.
version of it, I think I'm gonna go with 6.
That's very
Ooh,
fair.
okay.
That's very fair.
My main thing is like it's got lines of being like not a Scooby-Doo, like not a Scooby-Doo movie, but like say how like the scary movie is like it's supposed to be like a parody, but with Scooby-Doo characters, and there are attempts to make it a parody, but then it's not a parody, and then it's like, oh, it's a Scooby-Doo movie, and that just like sense of confusion, while it kept me engaged, it also made me really confused about
Fair.
like
Yeah. It does jump.
yeah and just things like I wouldn't even take any points away from like, oh, things weren't like explained, like, oh, how does Volma can read everything, but I will definitely like watch it again. I think it's kind of like on my list of like movies that I would show my kids. Like, you have no idea. 2002, we were bawling.
We were
out.
doing great shit back
we
then.
did
Honestly.
awesome
So
movies.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to like now go and watch the second part.
We did end up watching the second movie.
We started it.
directly
Directly.
after,
Oh,
and then
that's
we
the way to do
mostly
it.
fell asleep because it was
Huh.
pretty late. But like, it's iconic, and Seth Green is
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
And Alicia Silverstone.
Alicia
oh my god,
Silverstone's in
oh
it
my god,
too.
she's incredible.
but it's a very fun movie, and I think over like Scooby-Doo media, it does hold up fairly well as well. Because like I think there was a new one that just came out that like flopped entirely.
I'd heard
the
that.
Velma
Yeah,
one,
nobody watched it.
and like it just like entirely flopped. And they tried to make like this new like I don't even know what they were trying to go off on it, but it was called Velma, and it's like an animated, and it just like flopped entirely. But so I think like as far as Scooby-Doo content goes, it does hold up really well with the rest of it. But I think that's also just like the casting and like the way they did it and
Just
stuff,
perfectly
like,
came together.
yeah. But yeah.
Thanks for having us, Sparsh.
Thanks for having us.
Say, thanks for coming over.
Podcasting.
Also, before, I don't know how they close, but I'd like the camera to see Emily's fabulous outfit of shaggy pants, Daphne
And
shirt,
Gens-
Velma sweater, and the missing Fred ascot that is on her hand instead. And I just think that's wonderful.
I was fiddling with it.
Where's your Scooby? You should pull like a little Scooby snack.
No. Or are you going to say,
I ate it
you've got the
already.
dog in you?
You want to see the dogs?
And that's a wrap on today's mystery. Turns out, folk, it was just the guy behind the microphone all along. If you had a blast from the past revisiting this iconic Saturday morning cartoon turned cult classic, hit follow, drop us a rating, and tell us which mystery we should solve next. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. This has been In Between the Scenes.